so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You lied and I died.
I'm feeling woozy, yeah.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
From the front time,
Come and get it. So either put the gun down now or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge,
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
and let's talk horror. So,
Disgusting
horror.
horror.
Disgusting horror. A couple weeks ago, we were lucky enough to have Liz and Justin on the channel, and during that, the shunting got brought up from society, and Dice was like, "Yo, we should do a top 10 grossest scenes," and we were like, we're going to make this happen. And now we have. So if you weren't able to tune into that, yes, I do want to introduce everybody just in case you don't know. Over here, we have the amazing Lizombie. Liz, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic now that I'm waking up.
Should have got that coffee.
Yeah.
I know.
As always, we have the amazing Dice Rollen. Dice, how are you tonight?
We're still alive, darling. They keep trying, but we're still here.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And of course, the prettiest one in the bunch, we have the amazing Justin, a movie
Very
Wednesday.
Very, very
What's up, guys? I'm so happy to be here, man. I have a strange feeling we're gonna get really gross tonight, and it's my favorite. That's my favorite stuff.
Let's
That's my
get
favorite.
nasty.
Typical Saturday
Let's
night.
get
for-
nasty.
Let's get nasty.
Is it Saturday?
No, stop.
I'm like,
Um,
it's not Saturday.
Wait, I was like, wait, is it Saturday?
No,
I don't know
I'm
what
saying I
year
was
it
getting
is.
nasty on
What-
Saturday nights.
Well, we get nasty on Mondays.
Yeah. So something I want to say right off the top, with my list, and I didn't tell the panel this until we got here. I didn't include any SA or things that rhyme with grape on my list, just because if I did, it would have been my entire list. So I didn't ask anybody else to avoid that. I want this to be genuine. I want it to be real. I want it to be everybody's grossest moments. But when you hear my list and you're going to be like, Ken, you always talk about how bad that is. Why isn't that on your list? Because that would have been my entire list. So just to keep things fresh, I didn't include any of it. So I do have all of Dice, Justin, and Liz's links down in the description, guys. So if you're not following them or subscribe to them and everything that they do, please make sure that you are doing that now. So we do want to catch up on the chat real quick. We got Sean here. We got Tatum.
Hey.
How you doing, guys? I agree. Push that thumbs up button. That really does help a lot. Adrian, how's it going?
Hello.
I hope everybody has their list ready. And Tatum is putting everybody's links in the description, so it's a little easier, or in the chat, so it's a little easier for you guys to subscribe and follow. I have to sit this one out. I have to sit this out. Gross isn't my thing. Have fun and see you next week. Perfectly fine.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
But that is still a
everyone. It's
donation.
not everyone.
And it's the first donation of the night, so we all know what that means.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Appreciate you, buddy. It really does mean a lot. And I just want to throw out real quick, I hate the Kansas City Royals. All right. They just hit a home run to tie the game. Hey,
Yeah, they suck
Alex
anyway.
Clark, what's going on?
Hello.
I smashed that like button before I came in. Hey, thank you.
Thanks,
We appreciate that, Russell. Hey, you don't have to lurk. Get involved. We love it, buddy. What's up, Nathan? Good luck to your Lakers tonight. I don't know if anybody's seen this in the chat, but our good buddy Born to Be Rad, some lame shit happened over at his channel. So go over, comment on this video when the stream is done. Make sure you share the link in your tabs. Make sure you share it on your social media accounts. We need to get this as much traction as we can to try to make sure that he's taken care of, because not only is he an amazing content creator, he's a part of the Rad Pack, which Justin is a part of as well. And he's just an overall great dude. He's never been anything but respectful and kind and generous and sweet to Ashley and I. And he creates amazing content. And for the things that are happening to him to happen right now through YouTube is lame.
Yeah.
It's lame as shit. So please make sure you're supporting him. Try to get this link out there. Try to get this video out to as many people as you can. It really does help when you have the rest of the community supporting
We
each
gotta
other.
stick together.
Yes.
That's nice of you to say that. He'll really appreciate you kind of shouting that out because it's been really stressing him out. So that's cool.
I can only imagine.
Oh man, like I said, anything we can do to help, I look at him as a member of the family.
Yeah.
You know, he's been on my first horror movie. He's gone live with us. He's a very good dude.
Mhm.
So if I can try to help out in any small way that I can, I'm more than happy to do it for him. Hey, what's up, Ashton? Hey, Ryan.
Hey,
What's going
Ryan.
on, buddy? Yes, make sure you are clicking the links of our guests tonight to show the support. It really helps, guys. Even if you just throw a comment and a like on a video, it helps out more than you can know.
Mhm.
Hey, let's go, Louie. You got to hit me up
Yeah.
later tonight so we can get our date planned. Hey, what's up, Danny? See,
Hey, Danny.
Russell's a guy with a head on his shoulders. He's already subscribed over there. He knows what's going on. Oh, there he is. What's up, Born to Be Rad?
Hey.
Thanks for stopping
There
in,
he
man.
is.
All right, everybody. So, like I said, today we are gonna get gross. There's a good possibility it has.
I mean, it has to be, right?
Yes.
And somebody's
Put
list.
your plastic
That's fine,
sheets
Jeanette.
down, everybody.
Yeah. Hope you're not eating anything. 'Cause-
What's up, Robin? Yeah, for sure.
Today's not the day.
yeah.
Mhm.
We're not
Oh,
responsible
no.
for vomiting.
Okay, yeah, he owes you a new one.
Oh man, not cool.
Hey, what's up, double feature?
Hi.
Kira Mika, how
Hey.
you doing? All right. So, hey, Sass.
Hey, sis.
See you Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's not just about me. It's kind of yes, exactly, Garrett. So, it's one of those things you're talking about. It's unfortunate it happened to you because, like I said, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It is bullshit that it happened to you. But you're right. It's a PSA because all of us are in this together. So if it
Mhm.
happened to you, it could happen to literally any of us. So we will all go the extra mile. We will do whatever we can to try to help you. So if there's anything you need, DM me at any point. I'll share anything you want me to share. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Ashley and I are here for you 100%. I know the rest of the panel is too, brother. So
Absolutely.
if you need anything,
Yep.
please let us know. We'd be more than happy to help you. Hey, how's it going, Bronson? Thanks
Hey,
for stopping
Bronson.
in. Oh, I hope you had a great time. Look,
Yeah.
Not jealous at
eating.
all. Hmm.
I'm eating, but I'm built
Me
different.
too, Nathan.
Okay,
You should see the things I talk about at lunchtime. Doesn't bother me any.
I hate it.
He can't.
You can
I
text
can't
me
say
from Esther, it's
anything.
fine.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about like blood or nothing. He'll be like, "Stop."
Yep,
Stop,
she'll come
please
home
stop.
and be like, I had to pull the mucousy tube out of this. I'm like, stop it. So, guys, we are going to, like Dana said, we are going to get this party started. So, Ashley and I did come up with an honorable mention right
Yeah.
before we started rolling. So, my honorable mention is from Cabin Fever, and it is when she is shaving her legs in the bathtub, and she's pulling the skin off, but she's
Yeah.
still going, and she's crying, and she's upset. Oh,
Tasty.
Like,
Oh.
Yeah, I've done that
think at that
before.
point, it's like, do you keep going or?
well, you might as well. I mean, you don't want to have
She
half
did.
a leg, then the other
Yeah.
half hairy.
Yeah, you
She's-
can't have like muscle hanging out on one leg and then the
Hair
other
on
leg.
the other,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
She
not
just
good.
keeps
gotta-
going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People start
Yeah.
talking. She had really thick hair. She had to get in deep. Like,
This is true.
And it's funny
What kind of
because
razor
like
was
Ashley
that?
and I are so opposite. Like we'll watch scenes like that, and I'll be like, "Oh, I can't do this," and she'll be like, "Pussy."
Pretty much. Yeah.
see, I
So, okay,
thought you were gonna mention the fingering scene too in that one.
I try to get that, but thank you for bringing that back up. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So mine is going to be Cabin Fever leg shaving / finger banging.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So the one that I thought of on the fly is actually from Pet Cemetery, and I felt like I had to add this because from the OG
Okay.
Pet Cemetery when Scrooge
We gotta
like, dropped that
differentiate.
dead rat into the bathtub.
Oh.
Gross. I hate mice, rats, anything like
good
that.
Call.
Yeah,
I
and
forgot about that.
That grosses me out. See, I can deal with leg skin coming off, but when it comes to dead rats in my bathtub, it's a no-go for me. So,
Yeah.
I'm good with a limb in my bathtub, but not a rat. Like if
No
it's
rat.
like leg hanging, floating in there, I'm good.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're both grounded.
Yeah.
What about you, Liz? What's your honorable mention?
So mine's from Slither. It's the part where the girl is like giant. She's like, I'm full. And then she blows up, and then like all those little slither things just start like going into people's mouths, like cover your holes. Like, oh yeah. It was the best, but like so gross.
She's like, can you hand me that little piece of possum over there? I've never been so hungry.
I'm so hungry. He's like, holy shit.
I
I love that
that's
movie
gnarly.
so much. It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Fantastic
Me too.
film.
I love that too.
Yeah.
What about you, Dice? Did you have any honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually had to cut a few off, and I still have a handful.
All right.
So
Let's
I
go.
apologize in advance.
I'll bring it on.
Let's hear these.
More the merrier.
Yeah, the self decapitation, if you will, of the thing, where he
Okay.
just rips his own head off.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's a lot of sinew right in there.
So
some,
good.
Some pustules.
Yeah.
Eye gouging from Zombie 1979.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't like eye things very much. That and
Yeah.
like nails. I
Yeah.
don't like that too much. Rotting Grandma from The Shining.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh,
My favorite horror movie of all time.
The first time I ever masturbated. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's gross.
Yeah.
Jesus, Ken.
You know, I don't like the kink shame, at least to their face.
Who's next for
know.
demonetization?
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
know, right?
Dun dun dun.
Well, if that doesn't do it, then let me see how I can dance around this one. Exploding Balls from Porto 2019.
Oh.
I haven't seen that movie. I heard good things about that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I think it's
exploding
fun.
balls.
There's exploding balls in it.
Yes.
It sounds great.
Yeah. I was like, Planet Terror has exploding balls too. Well, melty balls.
Yeah.
Melty
Not
balls.
exploding. Melty balls.
My favorite kind of balls.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
melty and exploding. Like a Jolly Rancher.
I want to imagine a gusher. No.
Yeah.
There's a couple of
Yeah.
full movies that I just decided to throw on this little honorable
Okay.
mentions list. One being Blood-Sucking Freaks.
Okay.
There's just a lot of scenes in that one where I'm like,
Mhm.
ooh. And then Cabin Fever for multiple reasons. Maybe it's just Eli Roth. I don't know.
Yeah.
True that.
His early stuff was so freaking rad.
Yeah. God.
Perhaps not quite my taste, but you know.
It's-
The Shunting from Society. That didn't
Ooh,
quite
yeah,
make my
yep.
list, but I
Right.
wanted to mention it.
I mean, they have like the best joke too.
Yeah.
You know, the dead ass joke. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times you can see that?
yeah.
Claymation demons at the end of The Evil Dead, the original.
Hell
That
yeah.
I
Oh,
always
that's
found kind
good
of
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
oatmeal. Why is there oatmeal? How many people know about this one? Let me just throw this one out there to confuse everyone. The Bohm versus the Burger from Can of Worms, 1999. This is not technically a horror movie. It's a Disney film, but it borders on horror.
Oh
And
shit. What's it called?
Can of Worms, 1999.
Oh, interesting. Never heard of that
I'm
one.
going to Google that.
Yeah.
I'm Googling.
Just opened a can of worms.
Yeah, you just opened a can of worms now.
Yeah.
Right.
Ha.
That's the Pandora's box and Google's get about.
Right.
Oh.
So you start talking
Sorry.
about gross shit, and here we go.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a weird ass movie, by the way.
Yes, it
it
is.
looks
Yep.
amazing.
Speaking of puppets.
This is-
God, I forget his name. Shit. There's a talking dog in this.
Oh.
And the guy who provided the voice for it is I'm forgetting his name. Shit. Okay, Clockwork Orange.
Jack
oh
Nicholson?
No.
no.
The lead?
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Malcolm
Oh,
McDowell
nice.
voices a dog in that. I don't know why.
Oh, nice.
But the burger scene just put me off of burgers after I saw that for like a week. I couldn't do that.
Oh, only a week though?
Right.
Yeah.
And lastly, for my honorable mentions, the vomit swap of Evil Dead 2013.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
forgot about that one.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm done. Everybody go ahead.
I wrote down Can of Worms so we can check that out too.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I mean, it's
Justin, you want to give
ridiculous,
us your honorable
but-
mentions?
Yeah, I got a few. I actually had to jot some down because I realized I just had like a burst of ideas, and I'll go through them really quick. First, I also got to mention a movie just because you can't. It's just so good and so bizarre. I like your idea, Dice, of just mentioning a whole movie because movies are sometimes just so extreme the whole way through that you can't pick a scene. And for me, Tokyo Gore Police is one of the greatest gore fests of all time. I won't mention any specific scenes because maybe somebody has a specific scene they want to talk about when maybe that'll be elaborated on. So good. Actually, this came from Nick, Lost River Drive-In. I was talking with him about this string, and he mentioned something that I had completely forgotten about, and that is the Black Xmas skin cookie scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so freaking gross. And then also a couple of quick ones. The Hostel 2, you know what it is when the guy gets his junk fed to the dogs.
Never.
Oh my god, not for me.
Yeah,
It's terrible. It's just you just watch it and you just cringe. Also, it's so good. It is. I love it too. It's just so visceral. It just gets you every time. And then Pet Sematary 2, one of my favorite movies of all time, the infamous mashed potato scene.
Mashed potatoes.
At the dinner scene where and he's just laughing. It's so good. It's so good. And then my final honorable mention, somebody mentioned Planet Terror, and I can't believe I hadn't remembered that one. And one of the grossest scenes ever is that scene in the hospital when Jeff Brolin, that guy comes up to him and pops that dangling blister on his face, and it just.
No, see that?
It's so good. Oh.
That is like my worst fucking nightmare. I have
and the
like
fact
OCD.
that it's like dangling. He has to like lift it up and aim it at him. It's like so fucking gross.
It was like on his lip. I was like, no, it was so bad. Oh,
I love it.
On his mustache.
It's so good.
I would have killed the guy. I would have murdered him. Been like, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're done.
Gotta blow his brains out.
Oh God. Now it's got my stomach upset.
Off to a good start.
Already, we're just starting.
I know.
How soon is it gonna take to make you vibe?
I might have to tap out.
Yeah.
No, oh no.
If you
so
see
we'll
the
catch up on the
mute
chat
mic,
before we get
that's
into
Ken
our
gagging.
actual top 10. I'm with you, Jeanette. I cannot either. I'm with you, Sess. Not a chance. The Cabin Fever shaving scene and Janet's jaw, Victor Crowley, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I just rewatched the Hatchet movies. Yes, I agree. That's so gross. Yeah, if you want to become a channel member, make sure you do that. I promise you, it's fun. So you should do it.
Now is the time.
I don't know. I forgot what we talked about earlier. Hopefully.
All right.
Has it happened? What do you mean?
Right. Oh, that's a good one. The bullet hole scene in the Amityville remake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, go Lakers. Hell yeah. Tigers are still tied. Yes, you can get our merch here as well. Very cool merch. Just don't get beanies. They suck. The beginning of Wrong Turn 2 was sick. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, it was. Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, John.
Oh, wrong turn.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there it is. I forgot about that scene when the girl
she
shoots herself.
She takes out the gun from her vagina and shoots herself.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about when someone's
That's not
blood
a
or other
tampon.
fluids go in someone else's mouth? Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to use those for those. That's what I've
Ooh,
heard.
Barbarian. Oh, the milk scene.
Sawtooth, needle pit.
Fair.
Hey, what's up, Jordan?
Hey, Jordan.
The tongue in the doctor's face.
Oh.
The pus. You guys are killing me. Yeah, see, again, I didn't include any of that in my list because I would have. The cookies, the eye gouging, Homer Simpson as the killer. Hey,
He is quite yellow.
Bill.
What's
What's up, buddy? Hey, what's going on, Matt? Nice to see you.
Hey, Matt.
What's
I
popping?
love
Well,
Tiny Toon. Yeah, all over people's faces apparently. Hey, Sled, what's up, Cal? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cal.
hostile blowtorch in the eyeball. Ooh.
That would suck.
Ooh.
That would really ruin your day, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no bueno.
UV lighting's
The
bad
grossest
for your
scene
eyes.
when they
I
wouldn't
hear.
let men have a rescue boat. I get the women and children part. I get it. All right, Ash, you want to start us off with your number 10?
Yeah. So speaking of barbarian, I feel like I had to add the hairy nipple sucking scene where she's force feeding him, you know, and he's just like sucking on her nipple and he's like crying. It's so horrible and it's so like long. It's her nipple is so long and hairy and he's just gotta suck on it. You know, that sucks.
It's literally the
horrible.
hair. It's like a mixture. It's the hair. I
I
have a
think it is
phobia
the
of
hair.
hair.
That's
It's
what I
like,
think that's why men don't like breastfeed because no baby wants to suck on a hairy nipple. Like
No,
The babies have the
That is-
choice.
I mean they don't, but would you rather suck
No.
on a non-hairy nipple or a hairy nipple?
I
And
it's
am
like- it
was like
thankful I was never
a hairy one?
breastfed because of that movie.
But
I
like,
was like-
and it's not even like normal. It looks like thick.
It was
like,
long. She had a
pubic-y
bondage
hair.
background. You
Yeah,
know?
she definitely did. It was
She was
that,
into
that
some
was
nipple
thick,
play.
thick hair. Yeah, I mean
It's
they
like
were
a
stretched
pinky
out in
long.
hair.
Baby.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh god.
yeah. So I had to add that.
All right.
Like
how
I
about you?
literally turned to my friend. I told him like as soon as we saw that scene in the theater, I turned to him and I just said, "Just fucking kill me." Like if I'm ever in that
Right.
situation,
Yeah.
just kill me because I'm not gonna
I'm not
drink.
It's a
sucking on
mercy.
that. Not doing
Yeah.
it. Not doing it.
Like put the hell. I'll just do it myself. Just give me a rock. Like I'm
Right.
not doing it.
Just hang yourself with her freaking hair on her nipple. Like
Oh.
Chill.
Death by nipple hair. What?
I've taken
right,
a
we're
long
done.
time to grow that nipple hair.
Yeah. Oh god.
How about you, Liz? What's your number 10?
Oh. I actually kept it tame. I kind of like did it from like goriest almost, like my
Okay.
favorite, like the goriest. So the number 10 is Jigsaw, the tongue removal, where the guy is hanging into the subway and it's clamped, and then he gets hit by the fucking train, and then his tongue is left.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that is my number 10.
I still haven't seen Jigsaw.
No.
It's worth a
You know
watch.
what? I was like, you don't even have to watch the movie. Just watch that. It's right in the
What's
beginning.
that scene?
That was like the best. It was the best part. I was like, awesome. I'm done. I'm
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that movie actually. I thought Chris Rock's comedy landed in it. I know a lot of other people didn't, but I thought it was a decent enough movie.
It wasn't that
I just didn't
bad.
like it because I called the killer really early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Because,
too.
like,
I was like,
on
oh.
on first watching, you were like really disappointed.
I was so bummed. I went back and rewatched it, and I was just like, with an open mind, it's not that bad. 'Cause
There's some
Yeah.
decent kills in it.
my thing is like,
No,
I'm
there is.
dumb, and if I can figure out a killer early, your plot's not very good. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Dice? What's your number 10?
Kind of actually similar. I feel like I might have the same sort of gross out levels to a degree as Liz, because my number 10 would be the pubic hair pot pie and bloody lemonade from Midsummer.
Ah,
Oh, hell yeah.
No, thank you. No.
Yeah.
no.
It looks so
No.
tasty. Earthy.
It's
Sure.
It's like Meg from
Organic.
Family Guy. I'm inside of
Lemonade.
you, Brian.
It's like
Yeah, it's
strawberries.
organic.
Inside of you.
You know what I mean?
Oh
I
no.
like it
I don't like it when it's just regular hair that I might find in food. Even if it's mine, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no,
God,
I want to
no.
die when that happens. Like
Oh,
I'm done.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't want regular hair. I don't even want pubes. Like that.
As long as
was-
it's pubes, I'm okay. I just don't want regular hair. I'm okay with
Yeah.
pubes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You're like,
You're
that's
peel
the
you're
cleanest.
peeling food out of your mouth.
Right. Oh,
I
what
hear
if
that
Britney's
the
mom's
filtration
pubic hairs?
system's better with pubes.
Right. Exactly. That's a good
Oh,
scene, though.
shit.
That's a very good
Oh.
scene.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's
That's-
not a good scene, but it's a
Yeah,
good,
it's not,
good
but
scene.
yeah.
Yeah. That's where as the audience you're going, oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, maybe he deserves it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, how about you, Justin? What's your number 10?
Okay, I got a random one, and it, bonus points to anyone who's actually heard of or seen this movie. And this is a little movie called Splatter, Naked Blood. Is anybody familiar with this movie?
It looks like a porn.
It's is it Japanese? I think it is. And basically the premise of this movie is there's a doctor, a young scientist sets out to help humanity by developing the ultimate painkiller. But to test it on the market, he sneakily inserts it or like adds some of the drug to this woman's like contraceptive birth control, and she doesn't know like the side effects. And basically what it ends up doing is turning any pain you have into this like orgasm. So people are doing all of this like self-mutilation crazy shit because it like makes them feel so good. But the scene that I'm bringing up tonight is there's this one girl, she's making dinner, okay? And she has a deep fry vat of like boiling hot grease that she's making tempura with. And she dips her whole hand in the batter, sticks her hand, fries it up real good, and then she just starts eating her fingers like sushi. And it's so good.
Awesome orgasm, though.
Yeah, she's loving it. She's like, oh, she's like eating her fingers, and it's fucking awesome.
I feel like I've heard of a movie that had something like that, but I don't think it was this movie. It's a wholesome family film. I recommend everybody gather around the TV.
It sounds like
well, my first
I'm
thought
gonna
was we
write
need
this
to get
one
the kids.
Yeah, for
know.
sure.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie, stocking stuffer.
Right.
That's right.
I'll introduce that for family movie night, and my parents were like,
Yeah.
no, I think the fuck not.
You ready for
That's
a
just
hot
one of
night? I
many
got this cool
things.
porn you want to see, right?
Funny enough, Justin, my number 10, Black Christmas, Cookies Eyes. The Christmas cookies are gross, and anything with the eyes.
Ugh.
I'm mainly thinking of the scene where he's biting into the eyeball. That's one where like you can hear it pop and shit. Like that's one for me. That's like you said, when he's dipping the cookies in the milk when the cops come, like all that whole movie to me was way
like
too much.
tea.
Like I said, you had the incest with the kid, all that shit. I was just like, I'm out. I can't do this. Pedophilia, incest, ground eating. Like there's just way too much gnarly shit in this movie. So number 10 for me, I went with Black Xmas 06, Christmas cookie / eyeball bullshit. So real quick,
that's the official name.
That's exactly it. Halloween 3 for being made super gross. Cal, you're grounded.
Leave it alone.
Not to be ageist, but I like X, but old man ass cheeks. Ew.
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Ashley says the same thing every night.
Could you please put your old man?
I mean, I'm sorry, but X, the old people sex scene when she was like under the bed. Oh my god.
New
so
fear.
hot.
Thank you.
No, the old lady
So
finger
hot.
scene. I was like, this is like a bad drunken night. Like, no. Like, again, just kill me. Like, grab a rock, crush my skull. Like, I don't want to wake up. Oh,
like, can
horrible.
this bed just
Midsummer
fall on me and kill me off, please?
Yeah, they're like roommates. That old lady and then the old lady from Barbarian are roommates. They're like, we're here to find some young lasses.
I just want to go to
Yeah.
Number 10, the hobbling scene in Misery. This one hit home, especially when I broke my leg, ankle in 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's a gnarly scene.
Yeah.
That is.
Very gnarly scene. Troy says the ball bursting scene. Yeah. As well as trying to save said balls in porno. Good call, Dice.
They try to tuck.
Right. a nipple hair noose. That sounds like the best punk rock band of all time.
Yeah.
What's up,
we
y'all?
are hippo paired.
We're a nipple hair noose.
It's hard to say.
It was Spiral, not Jigsaw, with the tongue. Spiral from the Book of Song, not Jigsaw.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, I didn't even catch it either.
Whatever. It's people are dead.
The opening scene of Jaws. Oh, that's a good one. God bless our troops. That's a good scene. The Achilles tendon. Ugh. Yeah, anything with the Achilles. Best tales from the Crypt movie. Do you guys prefer Demon Knight or Bordello of Blood? I gotta sit this one out because I wasn't a fan of either.
Whoa.
I'm a Bordello fan. I like both, but I'm a Corey Feldman guy, so I just love I love Bordello of Blood. It's so good.
Okay.
But Demon Knight's fucking great.
I haven't seen either one yet.
I do like
they're
Demon
good.
Knight. I'm like a big Tales from the Crypt fan. Like that was like one of my first
Hell yeah.
thing, like watching that shit. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna say Bordello. I mean, I like them both, you know.
I got to go back and revisit them. I kind of was just super pissed that they weren't anthologies. So I just wrote them off right away. I was like, wait, these aren't anthology movies? Tales from the Crypt's all anthology. I'm not watching. I was a little shithead. So I'll have to go back in and rewatch them with an open mind.
I think they were hoping to do a bunch of them, but they just didn't pan out. Like they didn't do as well. So
yeah.
I was on the Tales from the Crypt game show once.
Really?
I didn't even know there was a Tales from the Kid game show.
Yeah, the kid one where they're like, it was like the Legends game, but they just added the Tales from the Crypt guy going, "Hello, are you ready to go and get the gifts?" And you're just like, okay. Like,
was it on TV and stuff?
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was look it up. It was early 90s show. Yeah, no.
Are you in Canada? Are you Canadian?
No, I'm from Chicago, thus the horrible accent.
No, because I thought Nickelodeon was I thought that it was all in based in Canada. But they must have had some stuff or like other
Orlando,
places.
Florida. I grew up in, so I had the pleasure of being near Mickey Mouse and all that.
So did you go to was it at the big Nickelodeon like studio thing with all the pipes and neon stuff? Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Amazing. That's cool.
Yeah,
we got to find your episode and see you on there.
I know.
Track it down.
I like literally. I'm like, I gotta go on some channels that might not be legal and see if anyone burnt any of them.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to Google a Disney commercial I was in as a kid. It's for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the ride. And but that's not anywhere either.
We were just talking about that.
We were
ride.
just talking about that ride.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a good ride. I'm just saying.
I love that ride. You got sneezed on and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
We love it there, but in horror movies, we're like, ew, liquids, gross.
Right.
That's disgusting.
Right.
This ride's awesome. You get spit on.
Yeah.
What's up, Adam? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Adam.
Bill Russell. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a deep cut. That's a story for another day, though. Talk about demonetization. If I tell some old stories of me and Bill, we will get demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Mel?
Hey.
God damn it, Bill. Now I'm going to be thinking about that all night.
What's up, Mel?
Can we do a top 10 love scenes? Sure. I'll write that down.
As in something that's actually positive.
Everybody knows how I feel about all that.
Ew,
Right.
Like romance or like having sex love?
Hopefully romance.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear me talk about other love scenes.
I was like,
and why did you
that?
pick this one?
Necromantic 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. The body in the basement of X was the most horrifying discovery merely because of why it was there.
Oh God, yeah. Oh
Like the
God, I
homemade
like
sex
literally
toys.
blanked that out of my head until now.
More like beef jerky. Yeah. Ugh. So gnarly.
Fuck.
Candyman with the bees on his face. Demon Knight. Oh, we got a lot of love for Demon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
We
Billy, you gotta love Billy Zane.
Yeah,
Billy
right?
Zane's great. If you want to be on the panel, please email us. We would love to have you. All right, guys. So we are up to number 9 now, and that'll be Liz starting us off.
Okay, I picked Hostel. When Paxton goes in to save that girl that had half her face gone and her eyeball hanging, and then he has to like cut it off, and then this pus comes out of her like weird eye hole, which makes no sense. Like none of that makes. Why is she leaking orange slime? I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's legit. But it was
that's what's inside an
disgusting.
eyeball.
Yeah, like if you cut your eyeball, you have pus in it. Ugh.
I mean,
so
couldn't he have
gross.
just left the eyeball? Like, why did we have to cut it?
It was completely unnecessary.
And there was like no communication for it either. It was like,
He was just like, I'm cutting this. Can't look at that anymore.
Let me finish the job. This is we might as well do some plastic surgery. You cannot leave looking like this. People will
just
talk.
Just push it back in
People
there.
will talk.
Yeah,
Words will
half
be
her
said.
face is missing. We will be caught. Trust me. We need you got a little booger here. Let me get that for you. I'm like, what
Oh,
the
that's
hell?
awesome.
But yeah, that scene was disgusting.
I love it.
Yeah. So how about you, Dice? What's your number 9?
Midnight Snack from Poltergeist 1982.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maggots on food, another thing. I'm like, no, thank you. The steaks crawling across the counter. I think it's going bad.
It's good because it's a PG movie and it's got so much good gore in it. The face melt
Right.
It does.
scene.
That's
And
Yeah.
how ballsy is that guy to just like get into their fridge and be like, oh, I'm gonna just make this steak, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
I'm
a
just gonna
steak.
get
Yeah.
your chicken
Yeah.
leg
Yeah.
and your steak.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna help myself to your prime rib here. So
Yeah, whatever
It's a
you got. He's like,
T-bone,
go
you
ahead and grab
asshole.
something out of the fridge. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll take the steak and the chicken.
yeah.
I meant
Is
you
it
could have
not
our
what
high
everyone
C
does?
goat, bro. Like, if you wanted the Capri Sun, I don't know what the fuck you're taking out
Right.
of steak for.
We got hot dogs in there, bro.
What the scene where that's at, where he starts ripping his face off in the bathroom mirror.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
So
it's,
good.
It's all pretty
gnarly.
much one continuous like, hey, you thought that was bad?
Yeah.
That's like a bad trip. That's why they
Yeah.
tell you
It
don't
is.
look in the mirror when you're doing shrooms.
Mhm.
You end up ripping off. your
I just
face.
don't look in the mirror at all because it's unfortunate when I do. So how about number 9 for you, Justin?
All right. This is a little movie called Poultrygeist from the one and only
Yes!
Lloyd Kaufman. Ken, I recently saw your interview with Lloyd. That you did an interview with Lloyd. He's amazing. I love that guy. Now you could just this is pretty much a movie where you could just potentially say, hey, you know, the whole movie
Yeah.
is just
Mhm.
absolutely insane. But I'm going to pick one scene in particular, and I'm going to talk about the bathroom scene after Big Boy goes in there and he kind of
Ugh.
gives birth to his skinny self. And he's really happy with himself after that happens. He's like, you know, Jared from Subway.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
absolutely disgusting. He like expands and deflates, and there's shit explosions, and I love it. And I love that movie. And I will talk about this movie in every video that I ever make until the day I die, and that's my God-given right.
That's what happens when you eat at Popeyes.
That's
I was gonna say
right.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We were very blessed, and in a couple weeks it'll be live on YouTube. But after our interview with Lloyd, he was like, hey, I would like to send you a screener of our brand new film, #Shakespeare Shitstorm, and if you guys could review it for us. And
Yeah.
It's
it
great.
did
I saw it.
It did not disappoint.
It didn't. It's
Like,
very
it's
It
very
sounds
trauma.
amazing.
Very trauma for
Yeah,
sure.
it is very, very trauma.
It's got
And-
He
some
hasn't
nasty,
changed, man.
No.
He hasn't changed.
No.
It's still politically incorrect. It's absolutely insane. I actually saw he came to Screenlit Theater in Kansas City and hosted a screening of that movie. And he's
Yeah.
just so cool, man. I love that
Yeah.
guy. He's like the last of that old school era of like indie film. He's just amazing. I love that guy.
Mhm.
He is. And like you said, he's one of those guys that just does it for his love of the fans. Like, he is genuine, he is real. He was talking about it on the episode, and me and Ashley can vouch for this. When he does cons, he was at Horror Hound. He doesn't charge for you to come up to his table and get something signed.
No.
Oh,
He's one of those
really?
guys- Yeah, he's one of the guys that's like, come on up, I'll sign something for you.
Oh,
all
that's
he
so
asks-
cool, man.
The only thing he asks, he'll do it all for free. Just please make sure you're bringing trauma stuff to him. Like, don't bring him your Jason Voorhees shit to sign. You know, like,
Yeah.
bring me your trauma stuff and I will gladly sign it for you free of charge. He hung out with us, talked to us, and, you know, we got to set up the interview with him. And Celeste was a big part of that as well, Sweet and Spooky. So, he's a sweetheart, and he does it for the right reasons. So Lloyd Kaufman has our love and respect for the rest of our lives. So
Mhm.
What a legend.
he is a living legend. My number 9 was actually just talked about in the chat a little bit ago, and it is the hobbling from Misery. This is the first scene that I really remember going like that. Like, it's the first one that, like, it really took me to a level of what am I watching? I watched Misery very, very young. And it just, like, I remember that scene just rocked me. Watching, when she starts putting the board, even as a young boy, when I see her putting that board between his feet,
Like,
I was like,
shit's
no,
about to go
no,
down.
no, 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 this
Yeah.
isn't good. Don't do that. So someone stop this lady. So yeah, I have to go with that one. I'm a big fan of Misery. I'm a huge fan of Kathy Bates. James Caan, God
love
rest
her.
his soul. Yeah, so I had to include that one on the list because it visually upset me very bad as a young boy.
My number 9 is Eraserhead, and a lot of this movie is pretty fucking disgusting. But one thing that sticks with me is those damn handmade chickens that like started like squirming and squealing and went like I don't know if it was like oozing blood or it was defecating or what the fuck it was doing. But that whole dinner scene is so awkward and weird, and then those chickens just grossed me out. Ugh, couldn't do it. It's disgusting.
Good call.
Somehow I've never seen that movie. I own it, and for whatever reason I haven't not watched that movie.
It's just one of those movies where you're like, what?
The whole movie's
what did I just watch? Like, what?
I love that movie. Yeah, I love that movie because of that.
It's definitely one of the movies where the whole time you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, it is. But at the same time, you like can't look away.
Right.
Yeah. Those are like the best movies.
Yeah.
Yes. We will real quick catch up on the chat, and then we will go into our number 8. The sleep demon scene from Insidious. Good call. Soldier shoved into porta potty covered in crap and pee from The Hills Have Eyes 2. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Gross. I'm getting disturbed listening to some of these picks. Oh, just wait. We're just at the top. Hey, what's up, jerks?
Hey.
Yeah. The shunting. I have a feeling we'll talk about that again.
Yeah.
Trauma for Life. Got to work with those guys numerous times. All sweethearts. Absolutely. Cody, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Everybody, make sure you roundhouse kick that like button. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for stopping in. City of the Living Dead. The priest makes the girl puke out her guts. Ooh, that just doesn't sound good at all.
Horrible.
Yeah.
After you eat Taco Bell.
Right.
I mean, I felt like I puked out my guts before, but I couldn't imagine actually doing it.
There's a lot of messed up parts in that movie in Castaway. When he cuts his hand trying to start a fire, when he bashes the tooth out of his mouth with the ice skate.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Terrifier.
I kind of felt
you know the scene.
Yeah.
The outhouse chick in Sleepaway Camp 3.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I love Sleepaway Camp 3.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's good, man. It's freaking wild, dude.
I know I've seen 1 and 2, but I don't think I've seen 3.
It's the most unhinged out of all of them.
Yeah, I've heard it's insane. I have heard that it's absolutely crazy. So, Dice, would you like to start us off with your number 8?
Sure. This was something I used to watch those like top whatever scariest moments from horror movies around Halloween time. That was before I really got into horror, so I was already aware of some key scenes from movies. This was one, and it quite stuck with me. I had an issue with certain meats after this. But the opening credits with the corpses in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974.
Yeah.
It's so gross. You can smell those frames.
Yeah. It's stinky.
And then you look at some chicken like no.
And it was all real, wasn't it? They actually used all like real meat and animal shit.
Like roadkill and
Yeah, it's fucking gnarly. So gnarly.
I bet that smelled amazing.
I mean, I and then you have to. Oh no, thank you.
Yeah. I'm good on all of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What about you, Justin? What would be your number 8?
I actually had I think this movie will end up on everybody's list at some point in time. But I went Terrifier 2. But I wanted to go with, obviously the kill that just won actually the Fangoria Chainsaw Award for best kill was the bedroom scene. But that's not the scene that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the laundromat scene where, the little demon girl shits all over the floor, and it's amazing. And I laugh my ass off in the theater. I still laugh my ass off every time I see it. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Totally, bro.
Dudo.
Yeah. No, that's one of those movies that like I wanted to like Terrifier 2 a lot more than I did. I think the cast is great. I think the premise is amazing. The kills are fucking fantastic. it just went on about 45 minutes too long for me.
Yeah.
There was a scene
It's
that
a
I
common
almost
complaint. It
put
works
on
for me,
here
but
when they had the possum in the hallway at the school. That was a scene that
Oh, yeah.
I almost threw up at during that.
So
scene.
gross.
Yes.
That was so fucking gross.
So nasty.
Yeah. Ugh. My number 8, actually, we talked earlier about having whole movies on here. There's a lot of different scenes from this movie that really, really bother me, and it is The Girl on the Third Floor.
Great movie.
There's a lot of scenes of him cleaning up puke and nasty shit all around the house. The one that really got me though is there's a scene where a marble goes into his leg and it travels up through his leg into his neck and right into his eye, and you can see it protruding from his eyeball before he like pops it out of his eye. It's fun. It's so gnarly and gross. It is a great movie, Justin. I like the movie a lot. But it's just one of those movies that like it grossed me out the first time I watched it on many levels, because there's also a lot of there's hints at SA in the movie.
Yeah.
So that was another reason why I was just like, oh, come on, please don't actually show anything. And it didn't, so I was happy. But so The Girl on the Third Floor, we'll say the marble scene, but it could be the dog lapping up the puke too. That was another scene that was just like, stop doing that.
Dogs can do gross things.
Yeah. So I'm going with The Girl on the Third Floor, and we'll just say the marbles.
Okay.
That director also did Jacob's
Fawn.
Wife, which was also really great. Oh, was it Wounded Fawn too? Oh, great! Did you like Wounded Fawn?
I did. It was weird as shit, but I loved it.
Loved that movie, and I it's like a sleeper movie that I don't think about 5 people saw, but I reviewed that movie as well, and I absolutely loved it. I actually am not sure if I knew that was the same director, so that's awesome.
Yeah, he's Travis Stevens.
Cool. Yeah, hell yeah. Great movie.
He's awesome.
All right, so my number 8 is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and it's like the human chili cook-off part where Drayton, he like wins the chili cook-off, and the host like takes a bite of his chili and has like that hard, which you definitely know it's a human tooth, and she like spits it out. And he's just like, it's hard, those peppercorn shells are hard, and damn well it's a human tooth, and it just grosses me the hell out knowing that he is giving all these people human chili. It's gross.
I mean, the chili didn't look bad though.
Yeah,
it did look very good.
It's like the scene in was it Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark, where the kid's eating the sauce and it's got a finger in it.
Yes.
Oh no, that was a toe.
So gross.
The
toe. Yeah, the big toe.
Dead man's toe.
Yeah.
Always.
I wanted to be a live man's toe instead in the chili.
Right. Sons of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, what about you, Liz? What's your? Oh, there it is. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Nice.
Oh yeah, nice. Oh my god,
That's
I
awesome.
loved that movie. That movie was like the best movie ever. So my pick, of course, I mean, I guess I should be the first to pick it. It's the Society. I mean, just the sweatiness of the ending scene, of the sweat and the people, like the guy eating again an eyeball. And then like just like eating his mole and then it like popping up on his face. Everything about that scene I love, but it's so fucking disgusting.
So slimy.
Yeah, it's like being in a sauna that hasn't been sanitized before you went in. You're just like sitting in someone else's ball sweat and you have like nothing helping you.
Another
like,
reason not to go to a sauna.
Yeah, it's just so gross. But the whole scene's great. And then when he like, gives the guy a good old fisting and then turns him inside out. It's just priceless. I love it. Best
I miss
scene
going
ever.
to the truck stop sometimes.
Right?
You like to be turned inside out.
Yeah. It's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Go back to work on Monday. And...
Yeah. All right, so we will catch up on the chat real quick. I can handle blood and guts when it comes to like pus, vomit, and other bodily fluids. It grosses me out. Yeah, good call. A police officer body melts, his jaw gets stuck to the floor, and Jason goes to hell. Oh yeah, great movie and great scene too. Oh, Sleepaway Camp 3 is on Tubi, so I'll have to check that out. Am I boring
sweet.
you?
Yeah, it's great.
Are
you bored with me?
Tired.
Oh, okay.
I can't stop yawning. I'm sorry.
Because we talked about coffee before this.
I know.
Right.
You should have made me
I jinxed
coffee.
it.
I should have made coffee. I agree with you, Nathan. Completely agree with you. I wasn't grossed out by Terrifier that kills look fake to me, which is fair. Yeah, I watched A Wounded Fawn. Why not, Tatum? I'd like to know. What do you think, Robin, of A Wounded Fawn? I'd like to know your scene there, what you think of it. Don't knock it till you try it, Ash. I don't know which one we're talking about.
Applies to everything. I don't know.
Yeah. Gauge slices. Yeah, that's gnarly.
Okay.
Justin, can you show the mask again?
Yeah.
Mask porn.
Yeah, show us the mask. Show us the mask.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got
It's
3
a
different ones
huge
here. I got the
ass one,
I got the
too.
scarecrow one, and then I got
Oh, that's awesome.
and then I have like the big like pale
Yeah, the pale
pale lady. Yeah,
Oh,
got that
I
one
love
too.
the pale lady.
I do
Yeah.
too.
That's awesome.
I think that was the scariest one of
I don't know.
all.
She
Maybe
seemed kind
because
of
I'm
sweet.
like, I mean, I don't like affection, so someone hugging me is scary enough, but someone like really hugging me is like terrifying.
Yeah,
yeah.
hugging you to death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she has
hugging
no
you to-
boundaries.
Yeah. Schindler's List. I can't even watch that shit. That's too real for me. Midsommar, the sacrifice jumping scene.
Ooh,
Never
yeah.
Stop it.
If only that
Fire
were
mask.
true.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is. Hey, what's going on?
It's a Trick or Treat Studios has amazing stuff.
All their stuff
Yeah.
is great.
Mhm.
Sammy
They're
Curtis
coming
drinking blood
out
from the
with.
sink. Oh yeah,
They're coming out with a Halloween game. I'm
Yeah,
excited about
the Halloween
I
board
saw
game.
that. It is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's a great scene, Bronson. Great scene.
I'm gonna make you play that with me.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So we are up to number 7 now, and that'll be Justin starting us off.
All right, what do I got next? Sorry to do this, guys, but I gotta you can't not talk about Human Centipede. And you
Ooh,
could pick
yeah.
you could pick many, like this is the trilogy right here. It's got all 3 movies. You could pick scenes out of all of them, but for me, like the movie peaked, and I actually think it's a very well made good movie. I love part 2.
Mhm.
And I recently watched the colored version of it because I had only seen it in black and white, and there's like an HD like super saturated color version of it, and I
Yeah.
finally saw like the
It's a
big
whole nother level.
centipede. It was like it was insane, and I thought it was a really cool move for him to put out originally in black and white. Like that was an interesting way to do it because it was still as effective, but it's even worse when you watch the color version with everything that happens and that whole sequence when he finally gets everybody together and it's just complete chaos. And he's just like,
Yeah.
it's just so insane. So I love it. I love it.
How horrible. How horrible.
Yeah.
3's not that great. Three gets on my nerves a little bit. There's just so much
3 was
screaming and hollering, and it's just kind
Yeah.
of obnoxious.
3 didn't
Yeah.
really have anything. It was like nothing but them talking about the human centipede, and then in the ending it's like human centipede and the movie's
Yeah.
done. And I'm like, what just happened? Like what? What am I missing here?
Yeah.
Like at least number 2 had like the most fucked up ending ever when she's like trying to escape. And then she has her baby.
God, it was
And she
so that whole like there's so much messed up stuff that happens within like 10 minutes, like more shit than I like the most like effed up stuff that I've ever seen. And I don't know, I can't think of anything that really tops like how much shit is packed into like the 10 minutes of that finale. It's wild.
Fuck.
It's
There's a
gnarly.
whole new meaning to bringing the gang together.
Oh, dude, seriously.
No joke.
Long live Tom Six.
I'm going to follow suit with Liz on my number 7. It's Society, the shunting. It's what started the stream. So I figured I had to have it on here. But you're right. Like, it's one of those things where you're watching it, and I can't imagine having watched this in the theater when it first came out. You know, just being like, what the hell
eating
is happening
popcorn
right now? Yeah.
Slushies, everybody.
Right. You get fisting, you get shunting, it's greasy and wet and just so
just
gross.
like
It's
great
moist.
time. Sounds like
When
a
you
great
hear
time.
very
moist,
moist.
that's what you imagine. Moist.
Just right in your face, moist. So yeah,
That would be
I had
a
to go with
great
the
lube
shunting at number
commercial,
7
though.
for me.
Yeah. It's just-
Right.
It's lube wrestling.
There you go. So how about you, baby?
So Dice already talked about this one, but Midsommar, the pube in your pie and period blood in your lemonade. I hope this isn't a real ritual. Like that would be horrible. Like, I'm gonna make him love me. I'm gonna put my pubes in his pie. And yeah, like,
That's how I made you fall for me.
yeah.
That's how they.
It
That's
was
like
some
the
kind of
scene
boost.
in Family Guy. That's Meg's hair pie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
When she's
so
like, "I'm inside you,
gross.
Brian. I'm inside you now."
Ugh, stop
Yeah.
it.
No, you are a part of me.
Yeah.
I'm a part of you. Whatever. Weird.
We have shunted.
Weird.
Yeah, just shunted.
How about you, Liz?
We're on 7, right?
Yeah.
So I picked the 1986 The Fly. And the scene where like he's melting into the fly and his flesh is like falling off, and then all of a sudden you see her like going and grabbing for his face and his fucking jaw falls on the ground. Ugh. Maybe I just don't like melty things. It's like just everything. He's melting. He's melting. But then it's gross. It's very,
I have
very
a
The
gross.
practical
strong
effects are so
feeling.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like you could really there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about with that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of different scenes.
I was just gonna say I have a
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
to talk about more scenes from that movie here soon.
I do too, quite honestly.
I just don't understand in horror movies when people see someone melting and falling apart, like what makes them want to like grab at their
I
body
know.
They're like,
as
let
if
me,
like
let me help
yeah,
you.
let me just
put that
this
back.
jaw back. Like, but
Let
instead
me
they're
cut
like just
your eyeball off.
Taking the bubble
they
gum
always
out.
dig.
Stick that right
Yeah,
back
they
on.
always like dig into their face, and I'm like, what are you
Get the gorilla
doing?
glue.
Like,
Yeah,
what the
no.
hell?
I'm just gonna be like, I'm not touching you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like House
Stay
of
away from
Wax. Or
me,
like, let
please.
me dig my finger into your waxy skin now. This is gonna save you. Hold on. Is that your skeleton? That's fine.
Yeah.
Keep digging.
We'll keep that on the outside for now.
Yeah.
So how about you, Dice? What's your number 7?
Speaking of food, Greta's Nightmare from Dream Child.
Yes. Yes.
There's
a pizza
too much.
scene?
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's the where she's essentially being eaten, being fed to death.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, it's so bad.
I don't like a bunch of food being all mixed together like that, shoved in so much. No,
No.
thank you. No.
And then when she's like in the fridge and it's like, her whole mouth is stretched out, right? With
He's like
it looks like
feeding
mustard.
her.
Yeah, he's like feeding her herself.
Yeah, he's feeding her
Yeah.
herself. Like,
Yeah.
oh, so gross. And she looks like her face is all
Yeah.
disgusting.
Ugh, so fucking gnarly.
It is.
I like how we're all mentally scarring each other. We're like, oh Jesus,
Yeah.
oh God, oh
Oh,
God.
I forgot about that.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
let's top that.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
before we get up to number 6, let me catch up on the chat real quick. LA up big at the half. Hell yeah. Happy for you, brother. Bandsaw head kill from Intruder. That is a good slasher film. Justin, my wife just said great pick, but she said the second one is gross for the human centipede.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. Dario Argento's
It really
Phenomena.
is.
Jennifer Connelly falls into the body pit.
Maggots.
Yeah.
Lots.
I
of
prefer suspenseful movies, but I did see Terrifier 2. I think there are 10 scenes in that movie that can fill my whole top 10 list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
probably. The mashed potato one.
Yeah. A lot of
It's always
horror
mashed
films.
potatoes.
Come on,
we
Pete.
could have added that.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2.
Come here.
Then you smacked it in the hand.
That
Yeah.
literally that freaked me like I wouldn't eat mashed potatoes for
Yeah.
Thanksgiving that year.
Yeah,
I'm not even lying. It freaked
Revenge
me
digging
out.
glass out of the foot, digging into the stop.
Ugh.
Kinda like
Revenge
the
is
Great
so
Party
good.
of Professor Quirrell turning to ashes, but touching his no thanks. All right, so we are up to number 6. That'll be me starting us off. And it is The Exorcist, the crucifix scene.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
As a kid,
So weird.
as a kid, I didn't completely understand what was happening here. I thought she was
Yeah.
stabbing herself. Like that's all I saw.
She was.
She
know,
had
but,
a
like-
cross pogo stick.
Right. Then as a father, I'm watching this again and I'm like, that's what the fuck is happening here. No. Bad Reagan. Bad Susie.
Bad. Stop it. Stop doing that.
Knock it off. I will rub your nose in it. Yeah, it's just it's one of those
think
scenes that
That's the dog.
if you're acting like that, you're an animal. It just that whole scene bothers me on a molecular level when I watch it now.
It looks painful. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying. A lot of
Very much
sharp corners.
grosses me out. So for me, it is the crucifix scene from The Exorcist.
Okay. My number 6 is from Evil Dead 2013, and it's where where the Jeep fell on her arm, and she's like pulling it out, and you like see her skin stretching and like all of her tendons, and she just rips her arm out. It's so disgusting, and I think I would just lay there and die. Like, I'm not about to pull my arm apart. Like, I'm dead.
You're like, kill me.
Yeah.
Yep, that's over. That's a wrap.
Like, now I'm gonna have to like get a fake arm, and like that's a lot.
Hey, they have like robotic
Movie.
arms now and stuff.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
I mean, but you would have
Transformer.
to have like a chainsaw arm. Like that's
that's
the only
Yeah.
thing that I could
Yeah.
go on.
you go to
should have to
Starbucks,
pass
you're
the
like, hold
goddamn
on, let me get this coffee.
Yeah.
Let me get this coffee.
How about you, Liz? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is
Order for
1980.
Shanesaw. Shanesaw.
Yeah. They're like, oh fuck, I keep killing my baristas. I don't know why. It's the 1982 The Thing. The one, well, it's in the beginning of your stream. It's where his stomach opens up and it's like a big mouth, and then it eats off the guy's arm, and then you know, the fucking spider with the human face like is on top of the ceiling. It reminds me of the vagina stomach from what was
Videodrome?
it? No, but that is also a vagina stomach. There's a lot of vagina stomachs.
There's so many
in
vagina
movies.
stomachs. It's crazy.
Yeah, there is, because Blood Diner has a vagina stomach too.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of vagina stomachs, but
Crazy.
The Thing.
Whole new meaning to let me get in them guts.
Yeah, just
I can't.
How about you, Dice? What's your number 6?
Well, let's see. Speaking of the 80s remake of The Fly, specifically fingernails, teeth falling out, the acid saliva, the arm wrestling. Just
When
about
he
all of
pulls
it,
his
really.
fingernails off in the bathroom creeps me out.
Nails is just like
I can't even like get my nail bent backward, or I like want to cry. So
She
like,
can't even listen to me pick my nails.
I can't. Like, he does that a lot during our lives, and I'm like, stop.
It's a nervous twitch. Like that. Like, seriously, like, people have their twitches and their ticks. That's mine. Like, when I'm nervous,
I can't handle
and
it.
it doesn't matter if we're doing a live or if we're doing an interview with somebody or we're doing a didn't see that
I'm always
coming,
like,
or we're doing it in defense of. I'm always super nervous and super anxious. So I'll just be sitting there like.
it's not even when you're chewing on it; it's when you're doing.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
like I can't handle it.
yeah.
It's a
I
nervous.
can hear it.
And then
I
he'll,
heard
like,
you do that.
He'll tear off his whole freaking toenail.
Yeah, I will rip my toenail
and then
clean off.
he'll cry about it. And I was like, "Why you did this to yourself?"
I was like, my anxiety did it, but thanks for being there and supportive.
I did. I slapped
You're
your
ever
hand.
in a Saw
I slapped your hand.
situation, if they ever
Yeah.
had you in Saw, you would be like, no, just fucking kill me. And then you'd be like, wait, hold on. Do I need to tear off all my nails? I got this. Hold on. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me
No,
just
that's
set
it?
the key
He'd be
here.
like,
I got this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he'd be good to go. He's like, "What nails?
I'm all
I don't
good.
have it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
we're good
I'm
to
already
go.
dead. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm done.
So what about you, Dice? What's your number 6?
I gave you my number 6, The Fly.
They just did.
Yeah.
They just
Oh,
did
The
it.
Fly. Holy shit.
That's
We
where
got
we
sidetracked
That's
by
where we got the
fingernails.
fingernails. God,
Yeah.
I'm grounded. What about you, Justin? What's your number 6?
I'm gonna go with the movie. I think it was from 2021. Did anybody see The Beach House? Kind of a body horror movie. It was on. I think it was a Shudder original, but there's a scene. It's really good. It's a kind of a sleeper, and there's a scene where towards a certain part of the movie where I don't want to spoil it because it's a really good movie. But there's a scene when she sees something embedded in the bottom of her foot, and then she starts digging into the hole, and there's this little worm crawling around in her foot, and she has to pull it out. And they show everything, digging around in the sole of her foot, pulling this little worm out, and it's cool, man.
That's planner's wart.
I recommend The Beach House.
Holy-
It's
You
good.
gotta
Yeah,
freeze
I'm
that
gonna-
off.
Yeah. Holy
Yeah, you
shit.
You gotta get wart cream. I'm writing
Yeah.
that one down. Beach
That's
It's-
that
house.
hydrogen peroxide right there. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. If anybody's seen the Beach House, I'd be curious if anybody in chat has seen the Beach House because I didn't hear many people talk about it.
I feel
It
like
was
I've
actually the
heard
very
of it.
first review I ever did on my channel was for that
Huh.
movie.
Beach
I'm
house.
gonna we're gonna check it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Mashed potatoes.
Beach house
Give me gravy.
I know. It's always the mashed potato.
I love Scary Movie 2. I think Scary Movie 1,
That's
2, and
good.
3
Yeah.
are all amazing. I love all
It
the
is.
first 3. The biker sawed in half kill. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love the channel, love the stream. It's great to learn. Oh, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that, David, very much.
Oh, sorry. I just saw the photo of what you're talking about.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
They just
That's
have like
what I
a
hear when I
photo
wake
of her.
up.
It looks like spaghetti, and she's like, I'm like, oh,
And it's so
no."
drawn out, and the sound design, like, it's so gross.
Ugh.
I'm very excited to see this.
I can't wait.
The whole Dead Alive. Yep. I'll say that whole film is pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally gonna say Blood Diner. Mel was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel's a big Blood Diner fan.
Dead Alive, the custard. Yeah, I know.
Well,
Custard.
Oh.
I can't. I
It's
couldn't
such a
even put
weird
that on
movie,
my
but I
stuff.
love it.
I could not put. I don't even want to talk about that scene, so I didn't put it on. Chest bursting scene from Alien. It qualifies easily as Ken's dirtiest dad joke so far. I apologize for sharing. No, share them. We love it.
We want to hear it.
What do you think we're doing here, man?
I know. This is
Yeah.
why we're here.
Jason goes to heaven.
Hearing is caring.
Ugh. Your next bow and arrow part where she's coming out and her neck gets sliced. Very nice. 7.
Oh,
just
yeah.
the whole,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything.
Grandpa does
Yeah.
the baking Texas chainsaw. Oh yeah. Grandpa does the best killing. All right, so we are now up to number 5, and that'll be you starting us off, love.
And this one was already talked about as well, and it's from Terrifier 2, and it's actually the possum scene where they're playing with that dead, mangled up possum, and they're like throwing it back and forth, and then they throw it at the kid, and he gets blamed for it. It grosses me out.
Oh,
It's so
God.
disgusting looking, like the road. Ugh.
Yeah.
They're like pulling out his gut. It's
Stop.
bad. It's bad.
It's so nasty. So gross. Oh Lord. How about you, Liz?
I still ate my popcorn and watched it.
I didn't. I wanted
Yeah,
to.
you're like,
Yeah.
this
Right.
is disgusting.
Pretty much.
So mine was already spoken about, but so I picked Human Centipede, but I picked the ending where, you know, the guy had to eat and then they're obviously shitting because he kills himself. And then the girl ends up like her friend ends up being dead, and then she's in the middle, just like left. Like just left there. Like she's done. I mean, if it was me, I would have grabbed that knife and just like chopped-y, and then like went on about my business. But
choppy.
she just like sat there because he killed himself with the knife. Like grabbed the knife, just start sawing.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of there. But she
There's
just
no
sat
quality
there,
of
like,
life after being centipeded.
Yeah,
No.
well, she's
No,
just like, I mean, nowadays I'm sure Botox could help or something.
The
you know?
therapy that you need after
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to
Yeah,
plastic,
someone
plastic surgery and
shitting in
therapy.
your mouth. I don't. Again, kill me. If
Yeah,
if
for sure.
someone shits in my mouth, kill me. I know people might pay for that, but I don't want that in my mouth.
No. I want it to be as fun. I don't go swimming in swimming pools because I know that
because
people pee
people
in there.
poop in them.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
I know
not a
they do
Snickers
poop
bar.
also. Yeah,
And people don't clean themselves, and then they get in there
Yeah.
like once you.
That's how
Yeah.
you clean yourselves in the chlorine.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
That's right.
Hey, you want to go swimming? Hey, just piss on my face and dump chlorine on it. It's the same.
Yeah.
Damn
I
thing.
said I would.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. So how about you, Dice? What's your halfway point? Number 5.
You said you didn't want this on your list, and Robin's already mentioned this.
The custard.
But yeah, the custard scene from Dead Alive, 1992.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, the whole thing is quite gory, slimy, you know, very wet, you know. But that's the scene where I was like, I pause. I'm gonna need a break for a minute, thank you.
Yeah.
I get
Never
hungry.
had custard, and never will.
you're like Boston
You're like,
cream
I eat a
donut.
custard
Yes,
donut.
please.
Mm.
Yeah,
Do you guys have the Dead Alive ones?
yeah. I could make
This-
one. I already
Yeah.
said I wanted to make a fly donut with like the goop on the side, like a
Yeah.
custard.
Yeah.
See,
You
now
have
you,
to
now you
dip
make
in
the
there,
Dead
so
Alive
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
pearl
God.
earring there. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't even know that they're horror themed half the time. And if once they think about it, they're like, this is disgusting. Why did you do this? I'm like, you thought it was delicious a minute ago.
Right.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Yeah.
So how about you, Justin? What's number 5 for you?
So number 5 for me is It's Bad Taste, and another Peter Jackson movie. And this is another one where there's just so much gross stuff happening in that movie, like just throughout the whole thing. But what always grossed me out is there's like Peter Jackson a bunch in this movie. He plays like multiple characters, but the guy who busts his head open and he keeps on stuffing that piece of brain back in the flop of his head, and he just keeps shoving it in there, and then he closes the hatch and smashes it down. It's so good. It had to have been real guts. I know, it's so gross. I love it though. Bad Taste.
All right,
is
guys,
great.
time to go home now. Brains in.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that one?
You don't need that
No.
one.
I have a long, like, it was a while. It's been a while. I think I saw it like
What's it called?
But...
It's called Bad Taste. It's Peter Jackson. I believe it was his first movie he ever did, just kind of doing it, kind of made it on the week over the course of a few years, just with him and his buddies. He did all of his own effects. He wrote it, directed it, got all of his homies together and made it, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Bad Taste.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's really like super gnarly, low budget trash, but it's fun.
Oh,
It's the
those
best.
are the most
Those
fun.
are the
Yeah.
best, yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, those are the best.
Yeah, it's so good.
So my halfway point has been talked about a couple times. I'm going with The Fly, but I'm going with the part where he's puking on the donut like that.
Yeah.
To me, I was just
Ugh.
like, oh, that's
Is that not how you
unfortunate.
eat?
Can we not? Can we please not? But the
But
fingernails are close.
Yeah, when the
You know, like that,
but when you think about it, every time a fly lands on your food, it's puking on it.
thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
So, yeah,
landed on
that's-
shit anyway. I'm not gonna touch it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's yours
exactly.
now.
Yeah, so the whole movie could be, that's one of the best body horror movies in my opinion of all time. It's so good, and you can call it body horror, you can say it's not a body horror film. I totally think it is.
Yeah.
And it's a great love story. There's just so much about The Fly that I absolutely adore. So yeah, for me, number 5 is The Fly. Real quick, Troy. Mandatory shout out time. Jason Goes to Hell. The Corner Eats Jason's Heart. The first horror movie I saw alone in the theater. That nasty ass heart grossed me out. Dude, thank you so much for your donation. I really, really appreciate it. We talked about can't do that one. How about this? Let's get a little happy and watch Freddy die and someone get super overly excited about the death of Freddy. I'll never get tired of that. One of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street moments of all time. Thank you, Troy. We really appreciate it.
Troy.
Black Christmas, getting cookies and milk. Yeah. Ugh. Black Christmas, Unexplained Death, Paranormal Activity. And Tatum is putting everybody's links in the chat. So make sure you're subscribing and following these amazing people on social media. Misery, The Hobbling. I had seen so much gore at my young age, but yeah, that felt real and tangible. Absolutely. It feels very real. Bad Taste Rules. We got to check it out. We got a bunch of bad taste. Everybody's loving it in the chat. So
yeah, it's fun.
We're going to have to check this out.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah. A Wounded Fawn is worth a watch. I enjoyed it. If you go into this, you have to know you're getting into a weird ass movie. Like the movie,
It's like an art film.
Yeah,
it's very weird, but it's awesome. So good. The scene in Spider-Man 3 when Franco stabs Maguire in the gut with a knife. Of course, there's blood all over the knife. Yeah, never a big fan of a lot of blood. So now we're up to number 4, and that will be Liz starting us off.
Okay, I don't know. I was like, yes. Now it's gonna start getting gross. I don't know if anyone's. Yeah, now. That was not gross.
That was just very mild, you know.
Yeah, that's very mild grossness. If anyone's seen the movie Brightburn with the weird ass kid that's an alien,
the alien,
the part where he drops the guy in the fucking truck and his jaw is literally hanging off
it's so
his
gross.
face, and he goes to scoop it up, and again, the fucking kid is like, I want to poke at this. I mean, he doesn't care if he lives, but he's still poking at it, and he's like, look at but the jaw scene just I don't. God, it's so nasty. Just so
I-
There's a couple good scenes in that one. The diner scene obviously is good too.
Yeah.
I
But
love
yeah, that
that.
jaw scene was gnarly.
I was hoping we could get like a horror MCU out of that.
Yeah.
Like I thought we could for sure get a lot of really good movies in the Brightburn, and they even teased it at the end.
Mhm.
They
Yeah, it's
teased it
called
like
Bad.
a whole.
It's called Boys. The Boys.
Yeah, the boys is
Yeah,
gnarly.
I wanted more of Brightburn. I wanted more of that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you included that because I thought
Maybe.
that movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Mhm.
So how about you, Dice? What's your number 4?
I want to see how many people have seen this because this was a trip. There's a movie called Wolf Guy from 1975, and it's supposed to be kind of werewolf-esque. I want to say it's Japanese, but that could be completely insensitive on my part, so forgive me. But there is a scene. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm going to try my best to describe a little bit. It's almost like an experimental kind of scene with this wolf guy in question. And there's a part where they slice into his stomach. And for some reason, when someone fucks with the stomach, I'm like, no. No, thank you. That's one point where I very nearly gagged.
Yeah.
You can feel the stomach, like the gut stuff is like there's something weird and visceral about it. Like you can just like no. Ugh.
Yeah. The more
need that.
realistic, and this one looks pretty realistic to me, at least at the time. So I was like, don't. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that one, and that sounds cool because like the 60s and 70s stuff, or basically anything before the 80s, is like kind of a blind spot for me as far as horror. I haven't seen. I've seen just a handful of movies like pre-1980, which is really sad. So I need to get into those older stuff.
Oh yeah,
I know.
70s, yeah.
The fact that I haven't dove into a lot of those 70s grindhouse flicks I just don't know what's wrong with me. I've been too wrapped up in 80s stuff, but
they're like they're gory, but they're like art class gory, like college film gore. I'll say.
Very gritty.
Yeah. The production value is just a lot different.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's called Wolfman or Wolf. What is it? Wolf Guy. Okay.
Wolf Guy.
There's already been a wolf man. This is a wolf guy.
This is
Wolf Guy. Hey, guy. Hey, Wolf Guy. Come on,
Hey,
guy.
Wolf Guy. He's from Chicago instead. Hey, Wolf
He's
Guy.
from Chicago. Hey, guy.
Hey, guy. You gotta go get the deep dish pizza there. Hey,
how about you, Justin? What's your number 4?
So for my number 4, I hope we have some fans of this one because I love this movie. It is a little over long at times. I admit it could have been trimmed and cut a little bit. So let me just say that before everybody else says that. The Suspiria reimagining. I'm not going to call it a remake because I always get frustrated when people talk about this movie and say I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. To say they refuse to watch it. Because if you haven't seen this, then you don't know that it's completely different than the original Suspiria, and in no way tries to be the original Suspiria. It's completely different. But the scene in question is this insane dance sequence where the witches are controlling this woman's body in the most unnatural and sadistic ways, like bending her arm back and breaking her spine and twisting her jaw, and she's completely helpless over the motions and movements of her own body to the point where she basically gets turned into this giant pretzel. And then these witches grab her with these giant hooks and stab them into her body and just kind of carry her away as she's, pissing all over the floor. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Hellraiser. It's like a fancy Hellraiser.
It is. It's like super fancy Hellraiser. And who all seen this? Who all seen this one? Liz, I think you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You guys like it?
I think it's
I do like it. Yeah.
I think that but I agree with you. I think that you have to go into this knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I don't give a fuck what the remake is. If you come out and say I refuse to watch this because there's an original of it, that's kind of lame.
I hate that is lame.
The reasons.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is not like I can understand if you're talking about the Psycho remake, where it's scene by scene, shot for shot.
Yeah, it's a
I
same
still don't think that
dimension.
movie's bad. I think it's probably the most unnecessary movie to ever be filmed.
How can you?
Yeah.
Right, it's
when
the exact same thing
yeah.
as the others. But with stuff, when I watch a remake, this is what I want. Don't give me the first one again. I've already seen that.
Yeah.
Take the first one and then put your own, take those bones, put your own skin over top of it, make your own film out of it. I'm on your team here. I completely
And
agree.
that's exactly what they did.
Right. I could watch the original and then I could watch the remake right afterwards and have two completely different experiences with each film.
Yeah.
There are things I love about both of them. There are things I dislike about both of them. And it's not because that I don't like the remake because it did this scene the exact same, but they CGI'd it up. No, they made it their own. And they did it with class. It wasn't like Black Christmas 2019 where they made a dog shit movie where like, hey, let's put another title on it so people will relate to it.
I mean, the only thing that was even the same in that one is that they were in a sorority. Yeah. Like it didn't make any sense.
I agree with you, Justin. When you're making a remake, I want you to make me think, wow, I'm not watching the same thing. They took the basic idea and they made it their own.
Yeah.
That's what I want in a remake. So
it's like the original is like the original's all completely neon and the colors are oversaturated, and the remake it's completely like desaturated and muted. Where the music in the original Suspiria is this crazy goblin bombastic score. You got like the most mellow Tom York score in the new one. So he went out of his way, Luca, to just make something completely different. And the ending, like the final finale of that movie, can also be included in this list. It's like one of the most incredible horror sequences I've personally ever seen. The whole mother scene. It's just I love that movie so much. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Let me help sell this a little bit more for everybody. Mia Goth is in it.
Mia Goth is in it. There you go. Exactly. And she's great. She's good.
She's fantastic. That's the first thing. This is the first thing I ever seen Mia Goth in.
I think
it may have been for me too. I didn't even know who she was. Yeah. At the time,
here we are, unknown at the time. So people know her now. Number 4 for me, Human Centipede. If I have to watch someone get poop in their mouth, I'm not happy. So like because I'm with you guys. Like when I watch a film, I put myself in the film, and I'm with you at that point. Just please kill me. Like just let me die. Like I don't want this. I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna rip as hard as I can. I'll rip my own mouth off. Poo is not gonna go in my mouth.
Poo's not gonna I mean, and you don't want to be the person pooing in somebody's
right.
mouth.
That's
bad too. I mean, I'd rather poop in someone's mouth than someone poop in mine.
Well, that's why her friend died, was because she shit in her friend's mouth.
Right.
She's like,
sometimes it is better to give than receive.
Yeah. Sometimes.
But like it's just like now whenever I watch this, so I think have you guys seen the South Park episode where they make fun of the human centipede? And they got this guy in the front, and he's Chinese, and he's like, should I eat the asparagus or the fish?
Cuttlefish. The
cuttlefish. The cuttlefish. I will eat the cuttlefish, Kyle. It's so it's so ridiculous and over the top, but it's
perfect spoof. They spoofed it so perfect.
Yeah.
Because what it is in the South Park episode is if you don't read the iTunes agreement, you become part of the Sentai pad. You're the human Sentai pad.
Right.
And it's brilliant. The way those guys write their stuff, it is perfect and it's hilarious. And so that's all I can think of when I see this now. And then the over dramatic poo in Kyle's mouth is just ridiculous. So funny there, not so funny in the film. So number 4 for me, the Human Centipede. I said centipede.
Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. That'll help you with the pooping.
Centipede, poo mouth for me. What about you, Miles?
My number 4 is from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and it's the Freddy pizza. It grosses me the hell out.
Yeah,
I love soul food, and like the victims are on top of the pizza as little meatballs, and then he takes his knife, and that meatball is like oozing, and then he eats it. It's so disgusting. Like I can't look at pizza the same way after that. Like and like the pizza's talking to him. Like with the faces, like even that part, like creeps me the hell out. Like your pizza shouldn't be talking to you, okay?
Your pizza shouldn't be talking to you.
No sausage for.
That's the quote of the evening.
Sausage pizza.
But even if
your
it's
pizza shouldn't
hotter,
talk to you.
Yeah.
No.
Great choice.
Thanks. I don't. And oozing meatballs just can't.
No.
All right, guys. So we will go through the chat real quick before we get to our number 4 or number 3. Lakers blowing the lead. Sorry, buddy. Bad Taste is great. Add it to the list. It is on the list. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up button. It really does help. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Freddy slices through Jesse's chest and comes out. Good scene. Achilles tendon, House of Wax. Ugh. Hey, Ghost Pirate. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Thanks for stopping in.
Or what about Pet Cemetery where he gets the Achilles
Yeah,
tendon?
yeah,
That one's bad too.
I know Wolf Guy starring Sony China of Street Fighter fame. Great deep dive dice. Justin is a wild man. He is a wild man. The
Wild
Suicide
card.
Club, aka the Suicide Circle, 54. Oh no thanks. I'm good. We need more Justin and Liz collabs. I agree.
Yay!
We need to get Liz on the Rad Pack. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We need Liz to
Right.
be on the Rad Pack.
She's pretty rad.
Yeah, we're on the same page with all
Pretty
these movies.
red.
Yeah, she is pretty
I
rad.
love my bee whore. It's like the
Same.
best. I mean,
It's my bread and
it is
butter,
one of
man.
those- Yeah. It took me a while to not be a old lady about newer horror movies, but I mean, it's getting better now. But in the 90s, I was like, screw Scream. I'm not watching this shit. And then I'm
That's
like,
how I
no.
was too. Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, I love it. Oh my God. I mean,
There's-
yeah. Courtney Cox needs to die. But other than that,
She's like, and I'm not even talking about the movie.
yeah, I know.
In real life.
She's on my TikTok. I need her off of it now.
Her plastic surgeon needs to die.
Oh
Ooh.
God, yeah.
Ayo.
What happened? I was like, what happened?
I know.
Nothing good.
Ghostface do to you?
Don't tell me it was recommended by Mickey Rourke, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's like, I got plastic surgery from Hellraiser. Apparently, they just got the
From the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, it's
Marjorie-
okay, guys.
Because she couldn't
Yeah.
afford,
Marjorie Taylor Greene's person hooked me up. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
that whole movie with Ryan Reynolds buried. That whole movie bothered me. The whole movie freaked me out.
Oh, I can't do that. Like,
It's a
I'm
good one.
claustrophobic. Like, oh.
Yeah, that one, that got me.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie 2, the eyeball scene. Good choice. Very
Eyeballs.
good
Classic.
choice.
Yep.
Eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Barbarian. Oh wow, yeah. Barbarian's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are up to number
That
3,
nipple.
and that'll be Dice starting us off.
Now, this is one of those cases where I have not seen the full movie yet, but I've heard about the scene. So right off the bat, this scene immediately makes me go, well, we'll get to that movie eventually. The baster from Don't Breathe.
Yeah, nope.
Oh.
Oh.
Disturbing.
Take out the fact of what he's gonna do with it. I just the
Yeah,
baster. Thank you.
Mm-mm.
Horrible.
Terrible
No.
scene.
He needs an autoclave. I mean, if you're gonna try and kidnap people and impregnate them, autoclave it.
Yeah.
Keep it sanitary. That was
So gross.
that was such a gross scene.
And of course, he's been collecting that for a while.
Oh.
He's
You're
like,
welcome, everybody.
sperm is like a fine wine.
I didn't see the second one. I heard they tried to like humanize him in the second one and like make him like an anti-hero.
I mean, like in a way,
They kind of, yeah.
but you never actively root for the guy.
No.
Even in part 2.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the baster. Like, I don't think you could.
But all they really do in part 2 is they give you people that are worse than him.
Yeah.
And what he
Yeah.
did in part 1
Oh.
is completely unforgivable. But the people in
Yeah.
part 2 are worse than him. But there's not a point in the movie where you're like, yeah, I like this guy. Throughout the whole movie, you're still like, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
that's
a piece of
interesting.
shit. You're a piece of
He
shit.
admit
Fuck
to
you.
how much of a piece of shit he knows.
You're
like,
cool.
he's worthless. But he I don't want to spoil anything, but I like part 2 better than part 1, honestly.
Oh,
And
really?
I did like them both, but the scene in part 1, that just, you guys all know how I feel about that. And to me, that is a form of SA. That's why I did not put it
Yeah.
on my list.
Mhm.
Anything unwanted like that is just so messed up. But yeah, I like part 2 more. I think it has a good twist to it at the end when you find out why things are happening the way they're happening. At first you're rooting against the blind man in this one too. You're like, oh yeah, he's a piece of shit, you know.
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, he's still a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, but you come to find out, like, oh yeah, he's a dirty piece of shit, but these people are worse. You're just pretty much rooting for the little girl.
Yeah.
You know, and her going with who she's going with rather than the blind man is worse for her in this situation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think there's any point where you're like, oh, this is a good guy. You know,
Okay.
Right.
that point never happens and don't breathe too.
Well, I think they
That's cool.
try to like make you feel sorry for him in a
Doesn't
way,
work.
but it doesn't. It
No.
doesn't.
Yeah.
The whole time you're just like, I've seen part 1, bro.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Like
Yeah.
you're a dirtball.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Good call on that one though, Dice, because that is very, very gnarly.
So gross.
No, as soon as they mentioned that, I went, no.
Yeah, it's bad. What about you, Justin? What's your number 3?
So I was just trying to narrow this down here. I've actually kind of been slowly adjusting my list as I've been going. Well, because maybe I wasn't as original as I thought I would. So, but I did have this one on in here. This is a good movie that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. It's called Eat. Have you guys heard of this one?
Wait a minute. Why do I feel like I've seen that one?
So I kind of don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil this movie because I want people to watch it. If you are into this is like the definition of like cringe gore, where things are just so painful and cringy that it's just unbelievable. So for those who have, speaking of that, Ken, you might like this. There's a scene in the movie where she has a hangnail and she's chewing on it. She's really nervous and she rips it and she's like, ah! And she's like ripped it halfway down her finger. Well, she doesn't stop there. She pulls this hangnail all the way down her arm, and the whole thing just peels all the way down her arm just from a hangnail. And every time I watch it, I'm like watching through my fingers, like, no, stop!
Yeah.
And as soon as you
but
said
it's a-
that, I
Like
went,
I've been there before.
I've been there.
Those really long
Um,
episodes. I have no skin or anything
Right.
left.
I'm marking this one down.
Watch Eat.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what the premise is because it's just too good. I don't want to ruin it, but it's bloody, it's gross, and it's amazing. I love it. I love it so much.
Awesome.
So much.
I have such a nice to watch list right now.
Hell yeah.
Things went
My number
downhill from
3
here.
is a moment that literally almost made me throw up when we saw this movie in the theater, and it is Saw 3. And it's the part where the judge is chained down in the bottom of the vat, and the pigs start coming in and going through the blender, and they're shooting the pig guts and the maggots all over.
Yeah.
And it's all just gross and wet, and he's trying not to drown in all these pig guts. And oh god, I'm in the theater and I'm like, oh, just shoot him. See, because here's one thing that I want to discuss real quick. We all talk about Saw 3, and we know my buddy over at Dead Meat, James, calls him slow ass motherfucking Jeff because of how slow he moves throughout the movie. If those people were responsible for my son dying and not giving me the justice for that, I would have moved slower than Jeff. I mean, I wouldn't have been in any hurry to help anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people are like, I don't like Saw 3 because of slow ass motherfucking Jeff. I'm like, listen, I get it. The guy moves slow. But if this guy had killed my son and the justice system did nothing, and then I was put in a position where I was supposed to help them, I have enough integrity to tell you that I would not have enough integrity to help those people. I'd be like, no, fuck you. How's it feel? My son is dead and you didn't do anything to help me. So that's a little side note, but the pig shit was gross. That would have been a hard one for me not to help with. Yeah, I would have had to walk away. I couldn't have sat there and watched that one. Like, sorry, bro. I hope the maggots go up your nose quickly.
This is a lesson learned. You'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably
number
not.
3, number 3, Saw 3, slow ass motherfucking Jeff, pig guts. That's mine.
My number 3 is The Fly. And it's the part where he spits on the guy's hand with his like acid saliva and it just starts to disintegrate. Like that thick, nasty looking saliva that he's like puking. And then his hand just was like
it's a
so
loogie
gross.
type of acid.
It is. It's so it's very, very thick, and it grosses me out. And then your hand is all like, no, I'm out.
No.
Like, please don't spit on me, Mr. Fly.
Don't
So
spit
gross.
on me.
And that movie works so well because obviously it's gross, but the reason that movie I think has stood like the test of time. Well, you have great actors, but it's also just like it's just so sad. Like you really feel the journey is like really slow. Like his progression
Yeah.
into being like a normal good guy. He meets this girl, and you just feel so fucking bad for them both.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
kill me.
Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah.
bad. It's so
I used
sad.
to
Well,
quote
also-
that as a kid all the time.
The kill. Like, and
It's so
they have
sad.
really good chemistry too.
Uh-huh,
like,
they do.
You know,
Yeah.
through the entire thing, and you just want them to like have the happily ever after, but they don't because he's this
Bad
nasty
luck.
fly thing, and
Yeah.
it's horrible.
It's
And then
all
she
bad
like gives
luck.
birth to that like larva or whatever. That's
Oh, yeah.
That part is
that would creep me the hell out.
Yeah.
All right, good choice. So Liz, you're number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is The Dentist 2, when he goes and catches Beverly and starts working on her damn mouth, and he literally grinds her fucking tooth, and where it's like white powder, but then it like gets into the gum, and he's like drilling at her.
With that POV, it's like, oh
Yeah,
no.
and then it gets stuck, and he's like, "Give me my drill back!" What the fuck? Like, dude, and she's like looking like, ah. I'm like, oh, it was
Like
yeah.
worst fear ever, man.
That
Oh,
that
It's
definitely
just-
plays
yeah.
on people's fears
Yeah.
of the dentist.
Mhm.
Like, yeah,
I plead the fifth.
I had braces from 2nd grade through high school, and I've had all my baby teeth removed. Like, they didn't just fall out like a
wow.
normal person. So
Oh my
any-
god.
This movie, like at all the dentist movies, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I know what it feels like to have someone just pull your teeth. 'Cause
That
I
is
had-
awful, especially as
Yeah,
a
That
kid.
is.
Ah! Like, I could hear the
that sucks.
bones. So yeah,
It's
that
so
movie
gnarly.
Ugh.
is cringy for me. So I'm like,
Mhm.
nope. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna pick the wife one, but they only really show like her one tooth, and then when the pool boy comes, she's like, you know, looking like a Snapchat filter. But the Beverly one, it was like so much fun because
Yeah.
she's like, you know, sneaking into shit, and then she's like, Larry, oh, like, oh, he's gonna change his mind now. Like,
Right.
So
let's just assume
nasty.
you're going to die soon. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
gross. Mm-mm.
Oh my
Love
god.
it.
Horrible.
Pick.
All right,
Yeah.
we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number 2. We're getting to the top of the list, the grossest of the gross.
The trauma.
Yeah. Achilles
Emotional
cutscene House
trauma.
of Wax, which is funny because my
Yeah.
grossest is from a recent movie. I will say that much. Yeah, lots of pukey going on. Yeah, you're just rooting for the little girl in part 2. I agree.
Yeah.
In part 2, you're
You
really just
are.
don't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
The ending of Anti-Birth messed me up. Never seen it.
Mm.
I've heard of it.
Oh, I like this. The Superior remake dancing. Shout out to Justin. Or the occasional
Oh.
empty chair. The sound design is 10 out of 10. Makes it more gruesome.
Yes.
Makes it gore. Yes, the remake
Yes.
is very underrated. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure you are subscribing to the panel, please. Promise you will not
Thank you.
regret it. They are amazing. Oh yeah, that is
We go to
that's
someone
another
else's
gnarly
channel,
one. When the hands are in Gerald's
Oh,
game, when
she
she's-
gloves
yeah,
her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's gross.
Horrible.
The vomit in The Exorcist. Ugh,
Mhm.
pea soup.
Just some split pea soup.
Which is
The
worse.
trick or
I'd
treat.
rather you
Oh.
vomit on me.
Yeah.
The razor candy.
Yeah. No, thank you.
You know what?
Ooh,
that
yeah.
was that.
There
I
you
thought
go.
that would have been a bigger problem than it really is, to be honest.
He
Yeah.
is forever branded it. See, I told you, he is forever branded as Slash motherfucking Jeff. James, I love you, but damn it, you're ruining my favorite Saw movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, and it's killing me. I am not a happy camper right now. So, why did that
What
happen?
are you doing?
I don't know. My computer was just like,
I
"Hey,
can't read that.
psych." Try this again. All right.
You gotta get out
Possessed.
your glasses.
I
for
know.
that one.
Possession.
When Harry Potter kills Tom Riddle with the basilisk fang, yeah,
Huh.
definitely gnarly.
Explode.
Yeah. So we are now up to our number 2, and that will be
Speaking
Justin
of
starting us off.
So I don't necessarily I don't like these kind of movies. I'm on the same page with you, Ken. The the R revenge movies, the grape revenge movies are not my genre. I don't enjoy those movies, but I have seen a couple of them, and they do stick with you for certain reasons. These movies bug me because people are always like, it's not about those scenes, it's all about the revenge. It's like, no, it's not. They're all exploitative. They always use the first 45 minutes for complete exploitation, like complete unnecessary exploit. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a big rant. But the reason that I want to, but I just don't buy that. You can get gore other ways, and it's just as bad. But I don't know. That's just the way I have always felt about it. That being said, I have seen a couple, and I spit on the I Spit on Your Grave 2, the remake one, the basement scene where she's smearing the stuff and all of the wounds, and you slowly watch him get more and more infected, and he's all swollen. It's nauseating. It's nauseating to watch, and I can't deny how good those scenes are. Like, I could skip the first half of the movie, watch the last half, and have a great time. You know, because the actress, she's a really good actress. Like, the performances are really, really good, and the makeup's really good. But
and the dude from Mean Girls is in it, so
I know, right?
It was very believable, his acting.
The one on the is that the one on the tree? I think that is the first one where he gets his face. Where is it the eye thing, or is that maybe that is part two?
No, he was. Oh wait, no, is it? I know he was like one of the dudes that we made a joke about it because he got a gun up the butt and then she shot it. And I was like, what the hell ever. But I'm like, why would they pick him as like, I don't know.
A tough guy?
Yeah, you could be a male rapist. You'll be fine. I'm like, the bitchy dude from Mean Girls. Like, who casted this thing?
What, yeah, the one that wears the blue sweatshirt. That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to be tough. He tries his best to be like, manly man, but it's just not a little miscast.
Yeah. It was
if I could survive Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, I can break this lady.
After high school, shit went down.
Yeah.
Right.
The trauma from high school.
Right. Yeah. All right. So my number 2 has been talked about, and it is Greta's dinner party in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Holy shit. Like, this is gross on so many levels. And seeing literally a human being eat themselves. Yeah. And
fed themselves.
Yeah. And, force feeding herself. Like, it's so much. And like you said, the cheeks and then all the moldy shit in the fridge. Like,
so gross.
It's gnarly. So number 2 for me has to be Greta's pizza scene or Greta's dinner scene in Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
All right.
What about you, babe?
Mine has also already been talked about, and it's the flesh cookies from Black Christmas. Those thin looking bloody cookies that he's just dipping in milk like he just made holiday cookies. And
making me hungry.
Yeah,
I know.
Those are the cookies you get from the Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah, super thin.
Yeah, and crispy.
The crispy ones. He's all crunching on the skin cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, so gross. A lot of the eyeball stuff is nasty too.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
A lot of eyeball stuff.
Yeah. Ugh. So how about you, Liz? What's your number 2?
So I changed mine because I had Terrifier, the vagina scene where he like literally just takes the chainsaw and cuts her from the vag up.
Yeah.
But it's been talked to so much, so I switched it to the only movie that actually has traumatized me to where I had to stop it. And that was Hereditary. It's not really gore, but just the scene of the fucking kid's head getting cut off. And then you see her head, and then the son just drives home and like leaves her in there with the dead body. Just like, it was so fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
I don't know what maybe it was like him getting in trouble. Maybe it was childhood trauma for me. I don't know. But I was like, what the fuck? Like her head is just chopped off. And this the whole scene where she's choking, you can see her swelling up and then she sticks her head out and it's just like done. Oh God.
And when
Yeah,
he doesn't
it's-
look, he sits there, he knows
Yeah.
what happened, but he
Yeah.
doesn't look.
Yeah.
And he
He
just
drives.
slowly drives, and it's like completely traumatized, blocking it out.
Yeah.
Like he's
Goes
just
to bed.
He
I
goes
was
home and
like,
goes to
oh my
bed.
God.
Yeah. And
I
then
was like,
lets his
what
mom
the
find her in the
fuck?
morning. And like the scream of the
scream.
mom of
Yeah,
Toni Collette.
it is.
Toni Collette is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I
love
have
her.
I don't know if you guys saw this on the A24 website, but they have a Charlie's head puzzle.
Oh my god!
So
I
you can
love
get
that.
That is
her head as a
awesome.
puzzle.
That
that.
I need that. What's funny?
That's
so
amazing.
Toni Collette, I only knew her from Muriel's Wedding,
No.
which is an old Australian fun movie.
Yeah.
Not horror at all. But yeah, like one of my friends showed me that movie, and then all of a sudden she started showing up in horror movies. I'm like, huh, this is a weird turn. Like,
And she's
what-
dynamite in everything she does.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
She's like one of the
She's-
best horror moms ever.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Mhm.
say she's the horror mom.
Well, look at, I mean, like you have this, The Sixth Sense, the Fright Night remake. She was
Yeah.
amazing in that. She's just a
Knives
great
Out,
mom in
not
everything
horror,
she's in.
but
Yeah.
Oh, but still, yeah. Little Miss Sunshine. She was a fantastic mom in that
Yes.
movie.
Little Miss Sunshine.
I love that movie. I
Yeah.
fucking
Was she
love that.
wouldn't she play the she was the mom in that show where she had like a ton of different personalities, right? Like she had
Yeah.
dissociative disorder or whatever it
That
was.
the
Yeah.
TV show she was in.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what the name was, but that was good too. She was good in that.
If she's in it,
United
I'll watch
States
it.
of Terra or something.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was. Yeah,
I
it's
would.
good.
I'll check out anything that she is in.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So what about you, Dice? What's your number 2?
trauma. Monkey brains and turtle innards from Cannibal Holocaust.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm really not too squeamish of a person, clearly, but I think it's the fact that it's real.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
and I already knew that when I was watching it for the
Ugh.
first. I was eating spaghetti while I was watching this, by the way. But it got to that point, and that's one of the few times where I'm like, I can't watch that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So
Especially like
Mhm.
the how real it is what makes
Yeah.
that for me like
faked
Can't
is
do
one
it.
thing, but
Mhm.
knowing
Well, I mean,
that it's
like-
real, it's like
if you guys knew where we lived, this is like Hunters Row. It's I don't want to be derogatory, but it really is like a very hillbilly, hickabilly USA, and I don't kill anything, so I'm weird around here. Like I
Yeah.
don't shoot things. I feel bad if I run something over with my car. Like I genuinely get teary-eyed. I get upset. It's not my job to kill anything. Like it's not. I don't have to. Like if
That's
don't get me
vegan,
wrong.
I
Like
appreciate that.
I own a firearm because, like I said, it is way out in the country. There are coyotes and stuff, and I do have kids. I have my animals. I have to protect my family. But besides that, I don't go out and kill. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's not my job to take something's life. So
Yeah,
Mm.
Unless it's
we have
a-
coyotes
then-
where we're at, and every time my dog uses the bathroom, I'm like, I'll choke a bitch out if a coyote tries to get my
I will
dog.
hand wrestle.
Like I
I
am ready
know.
for this. Like I'm cracking my back. Like let's go. Like
Yeah.
if there's an eagle or something trying to go after my dog, I'm
yep,
about to
that's
get
how I
it.
am. That's family. Period. So
we live in a rural area as well, so yeah, coyotes, wolves, bears.
Yeah.
There's also
Well-
prairie dogs, and I'm
Oh.
not joking. My mom, if we're driving down the road, they're usually on either side. Honestly, it's like a highway thing.
Those are
My
cute.
mom will honk the horn to scare them out of the road.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
yeah,
like I said, I don't like killing. It makes me feel sad if I kill some. And now, like, listen, a tick or a bee, fuck them.
That's
Yeah.
But like,
Fuck
yeah,
'em.
but like,
Spider.
yeah, like those. Ugh, God, it makes me sad. All right, so we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number 1. The ending of The Brood with a cocoon attached to the lady's stomach. Ooh.
Ooh.
Handsaw kill, Terrifier 2. Yeah, and see our revenge stuff. I agree with you. There's a point to where you can do a movie like that and you don't have to be.
You don't have to show it. You can
Yeah.
do more.
You can have a woman get pulled into a bedroom,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You don't have to show the extent.
Like,
at that point,
um,
Yeah, like Thanksgiving could have not had the turkey sex scene. They could have just literally they found a extra small gravy flavored condom.
Right.
So they already knew what happened. Like they did
those
do
type of
that.
things to me, like that's like, even though like in that moment it's played off for laughs, but
Yeah.
I don't, just like Midsommar, like I don't think, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that's a total SA scene when they're forcing the guy to do it just because it's a guy.
Yeah.
It's not funny to me.
Yeah.
Like we were in the
That's
theater
why
and
it
I
was
was very
cringy.
uncomfortable. Yeah, people
Yeah.
were all laughing, and I was like, none of you here would be laughing if this was
Yeah,
staged.
no.
And the
Yeah, it
girl was
was very
drugged, and everybody
creepy.
was pulling her legs into him. Like nobody would be laughing
Ugh.
about that,
No.
So like anything like that, I just want to say, Justin, I agree with you. When you're doing it like that, you are literally doing it for shock value, and that's not the right thing for me. That's not the right way to pursue it, in my opinion. I agree.
It doesn't
Haunted by
add. It
Horror.
doesn't add to the. It doesn't make the gore any better later in the movie.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It does not make the story any better to have to sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
Greta's death resembles that whole scene.
Topical.
Body- Yeah.
Oh, Bug.
Slytherin's
That's
Bug.
such a good movie, man.
I can't do Bug.
I
Yeah.
love Bug.
We
Angel
tried.
Ribcage.
We tried to rewatch it not that long ago.
I still couldn't get into it.
I love it.
Yeah.
The Therapist. Yeah, anything real, like I don't want to sound like a wuss, but when it comes to like real life shit, like I have people send me videos all the time, like I'll watch it, like the unfortunate shooting that happened in Tennessee.
Mhm.
Like someone sent me the video of the gun, the shooter getting shot, and I was like, don't do that. I don't want to see that. You love horror
Yeah.
movies. This isn't a horror movie. This is someone
Yeah,
that's
dying.
real.
Like
Yeah, that's
don't.
different.
I don't want to see this.
That's,
Like- And again,
fake
if
blood
people
corn
get it,
syrup.
like, if people want to see that stuff, more power to you. I won't, shame you, nothing like that. But for me, I don't want to see real stuff. That's sad.
Yeah.
That makes me very uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
got kids, man. Like that kind of stuff to me is too
Yeah.
much. When Ron Weasley tries to make Draco Malfoy eat slugs, no. Gross. Coyotes are terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw that. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. Let's go. Coyotes are terrible. My dad almost got. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry.
Well, they gang up, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
That's why I have a firearm, because like I said, we have a lot of
Mhm.
outside cats. We have our dog. Like my dog is one of my kids. Like
Yeah.
Justin knows what I'm talking about with Pete.
Mhm.
Molly can't come on a stream, because if Molly comes on a stream, she's gonna be barking the whole damn time.
Yeah.
But your dog is it's part of your family. Like it's your
Hey,
kid.
Pete's my son, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
legit. And I get it. I heard of the YouTuber Randy Stare. I don't know Randy Stare.
Mm-mm.
I'll check him out though. All right, guys, we're up to number 1. So my number 1 has not been talked about. I got a little video clip for you guys. I will say that when this happened in this movie in the theater, I legit thought I was gonna get up and leave and puke and die. So here
And
it is.
Awesome.
die?
Can't
And
wait.
die.
Wow.
Show it.
The diaper scene
Oh.
in the visit when the grandpa
my
shoves his shitty
God.
diaper into the little boy's face. I I audibly screamed in the theater. I was like, like, I don't like germs anyway. Like you guys all know me. You know I don't swim.
Yeah.
When we go out to eat, I take my own silverware. Like I don't.
Oh,
do the
wow.
germ thing. Like it's fucking. And the thought of shoving a shit ass diaper in
Mm.
someone's face, like
shit ass.
a shit ass diaper,
Mm-mm.
like
Not a
that'd be a bad day in
PS diaper,
Kennytown, like,
a shit ass
yeah, like
diaper.
oh god, like that is just so fucking
Yeah,
gnarly.
that
and gross
that
and
scene was
disgusting and,
horrific.
Yes.
And
then
again,
you
kill
see
me.
it on his
yeah, you
face.
see
Yeah.
it on his
The
face.
poop. Like, oh, like, can I please wash my freaking face off?
Yeah,
Like,
The
just
sister's like,
kill
you saved
me.
me. I'd be like, just kill me.
I know, like,
Yeah.
I meant to
Bleach.
save you, but I
Yeah.
died.
Handing
Yeah,
her,
just
I need you to
murder
save me.
me.
now.
Yeah.
Please just cut my face off.
Yeah. So for me, the
Yeah.
visit, the shitty diaper to the face, that's the one that did me in.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on, I gotta find Ashley 1.
So this one isn't. This one. Okay.
You want me to
I
show the
don't-
clip
Go
first?
ahead. Show the clip.
Okay. I gotta find it. Here it is. You guys ready?
When
Oh.
she's digging through that needle pit and they're like all sticking
Oh, God,
to
yeah.
her, and it just like I'm not necessarily afraid of needles. Like I poke people, like I do this for a living. Okay, I'm afraid of getting stuck by
A
that
dirty needle?
Yeah, like by a dirty
Mm.
needle, like that creeps
Yeah.
me out. It freaks me out. And when I seen that, it was just like, oh, like, and she's just digging, going for it, trying to find that key. So disgusting.
I got
It's
a fun
so
fact
bad.
about that scene.
Oh.
Ashley and I have become very good friends with Frankie G, the guy that played Xavier. The big guy.
Yeah.
We've
Oh,
actually become really
nice.
good friends with him. And he didn't know during filming that
Amanda.
that she was pregnant
Yeah.
during that scene.
Because she
Oh,
didn't
damn.
want him to like go light
Yeah,
on
she didn't
him.
want
like,
him to take it easy.
She just,
Yeah.
you know, he just threw her in there and she's pregnant. Like, that's crazy.
And she didn't tell him that.
And he was mad
Damn.
about
That's
it.
When he found
nuts.
out, he was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why would you not tell me that?" And Shawnee was like,
Right?
You would have not thrown me." And he's like, "You're right. I would
Yeah.
not have thrown you. That's
He
why I'm
lightly
mad you didn't
places her
tell
like,
me
hold
that."
on.
Right.
Yeah. You need to find the key, young lady.
Yeah.
So,
Let me help you down.
Yeah.
like, I mean, it does show her commitment, but at the same time, it's like, you don't have to be that committed to the film.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
She's
She's
like,
stunt
fuck my
woman.
baby.
Yeah.
Throw me in this
Fuck
damn
that kid.
pit.
Throw me in the
Yeah.
deal.
I can
So,
get
I
a new
thought
one.
that
It's
was,
fine.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a pretty cool story when he told us that.
Mhm.
It's to the point to where, because my son's a huge Saw fan, and on my son's birthday, Frankie sent him a video message, and he was like, "You better be a good boy for your birthday, or I'll show up with that nail baseball bat." You know, like I was like, he totally went into like Xavier
Nice.
character to send my son a video message, which was just so dope. And
Yeah.
he's the biggest sweetheart in the world, man. If you guys get the chance to work
That
with
is
him, I
cool.
strongly recommend it. He's
Mhm.
the sweetest guy in the whole world. So I just had to throw that out there because he really is a big sweetheart. So what about
That's
you,
cool.
Liz? What's your grossest moment?
My grossest is the Taiwan movie, The Sadness. If no one has seen this movie, it's the subway scene where you see this little old man yelling at this girl and he's pointing his umbrella at her, and then all of a sudden he just fucking jabs it in her eyeball and takes it out, and then all hell breaks loose in this like train, and like everything's happening. Everything and anything is
Mhm.
happening. It is mentally scarring, but it's like amazing. But I mean, it is a horrific movie. It does not stop. Like people
Mhm.
are just getting murdered and brutally. It's yeah,
Mhm.
it's I love the movie. It's the grossest thing I've ever seen. My friend did mention another movie that she said was grosser than this one, but I didn't see it yet, so it didn't
What's
end
it
up
called?
on my list.
What is it?
I'm looking it up now. It is called She Said we talk too much.
The Sadness is one of my favorite, one of like the best horror movies to come out in the last 10
Fucking
years.
the title fits the
Right?
film for The Sadness.
I mean, it is what the hell? Like
Mhm.
okay, it's fucking gross. Check it out. Okay.
Suspense.
Glorious.
Yeah, I know. I know, right?
I'm like, can we get to the point, girl? Where's the fucking movie scene? Okay.
That's a bold statement to say it's grosser than Sadness, because once that movie starts, like you said, it doesn't
Yeah.
stop. Like once that diner or like cafe scene like pops off, it just
Like,
does not
literally.
stop.
See, someone told me to watch this movie called. They were like, if you're doing your grossest horror movies, you need to watch this movie called A Serbian Film.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, I'll look into it. And I read the synopsis, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
It's
going
all
to
right.
watch
You know,
this.
CP's already done
it's
that.
called
it's fine.
The
We don't need to do that.
Inside. It's on
Is-
Tubi.
Oh,
Inside
The
Oh,
Inside.
Inside is gnarly.
French Extremity movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
I
that's
guess.
gnarly too. But,
Ken, do I need to let you borrow this?
huh?
I've heard. I heard it was. I heard it's bad.
You'll hate it. That's not a movie you'll like. You'll hate it.
A child
I've
is
heard that-
involved. We'll put it that way.
That's what I've
Mhm.
heard.
Yeah.
Then it's just like for me, I'll probably pass out. You know what I mean? Like I'll probably
Yeah.
straight pass out. So, Dice, what's your number one?
This is a movie I have once again not seen all the way through. I've heard of this scene. I've seen little bit of it. That was enough for me. Vomit eating from Audition.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
Sorry.
Mm-mm.
I've actually gotten a lot better since I was a kid when it comes to vomit. But
Vomit eating?
I'm like, sorry, I can't. I can't deal with that. We'll deal with this, but not that. Get out of here.
Yeah, that movie takes a long time to get going. I'm not the biggest Audition fan, but the third act of that movie is absolutely brilliant.
Once they get on the bus, from the time they get on the bus on
Mhm.
is just, oh my God, balls to the
Yeah.
wall, like balls to the wall, shit to the floor, all of it.
Yeah, because you're wondering what am I watching? Like just like a Korean like melodrama? Like
romance
what is
film.
this? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very fucked up movie though. So how about you, Justin? What's your grossest scene?
Mine is one we've already talked about, but I think it holds up for a number one, and that I'll just say one line. Rich and creamy, just the way I like it.
Yeah.
That scene,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
nothing compares to that whole. There's so much going on, like already, like because the shit's popped off. So you got like the two weird zombies like banging each other, like just a few seconds after. But what really
Precedent
like
nursing.
really starts kicking it into gear is that dinner scene where her ear falls off and she's like, oh, what's that lady's name? She keeps
Vera.
saying her name. Oh yeah. It's just so. But the squirt when he takes that first scoop and just
Yeah.
get the blood swirling around in there.
Horrible.
Just
I did-
gravitas.
I used to eat food. That was fun.
Yeah.
Not
And
anymore.
Yeah.
your
I'm gonna go get some snacks
meeting.
after this.
Right.
Dunkaroos or something.
Yeah, I gotta go get some custard when we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll catch up on the chat before we let everybody go. Browns got 38 points, and it looks like they're still down by a couple right now, but there's still time left. Yeah, talking about chase you like the Coyotes. Yep, they do work in packs. I had a friend that used to try to show me things on E-Bombs World. Yeah, don't show me that stuff, man. Like, I don't.
Rotten.com. I was a big
Yeah.
Rotten.com kid.
I remember that.
Real deaths at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Real
Yeah,
Death,
one
Traces
that,
of Death, Faces of
Yep.
Death.
Faces of Death.
They're
was
making a
big
Faces of
one.
Death remake.
yeah.
Did you know that?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
What? Damn.
My son, when he was young, he loved Goosebumps. Then he got into the Haunting Hour, and it scared him. And this right here, there's where a kid's in bed and a bunch of bugs start eating him alive. A lot of what I've heard, a lot of the Haunting Hour was really, really scary. So, your hair, Justin, love it. I do too. I wish I had. Dude, my hair is so fucking like curly and wavy. I can't do it. I would pay good
I
amounts of
straighten
money.
my hair. Well,
and
not anymore.
I would, but I'm lazy and stupid, so I can't.
I'm jealous of the
Every time I
curls though.
try, I
Mine's
burn
just
my forehead
straight.
every single time. I would give my life to have your hair.
Oh, thanks,
Lionel, this
dude.
place is infested with vermin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infested with fun.
Yes.
What a
The
perfect
scene at the
movie.
beginning, the Memento is very gross. Yes, Memento is fucked. The whole
Yeah.
movie's weird. Planet Terror, oh, obviously. I knew that you
Hell
loved that
yeah.
one, Rose McGowan. Yeah, I see Denver. They're up 3 right now, but you still got 2 minutes. Plenty of time. All right, guys. So that is the end. We really appreciate everybody coming out. I do want to remind everybody, we have everybody's social media links down in the description, as well as the YouTube link. So make sure you're subscribing to their YouTube. Make sure that you are following them on social media to stay up to date with all the things that they're working on. And when we're done here, please go over to the community tab on Sledgehammer Horror, because it's all the way back up at the beginning of the chat. But I did share Garrett's video, Born to be Rad. Make sure you're sharing that. You're putting a thumbs up on it. You're commenting on it. Let's get it out into the YouTube algorithm. Let's get it out there on social media so more people can come and put their input in on this. We could try to help him get back on to monetization. And like I said, making money on YouTube is not the end all be all. All of us that are here know that. Your super chats are so appreciated. Your views are so appreciated. YouTube takes a good chunk of that money anyway. So your AdSense money really, when you're at our level, is not the end all be all. But to get that taken away is so disheartening, and it could happen to any one of us at any time. So it is a cautionary tale, and we do got to do what we can to try to help him get back into the good graces, because the dude does nothing wrong. He's very professional. He's very on point. So like I said, when this is done, please go to the community tab at Sledgehammer Horror, share that video out, like it, comment on it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to his channel as well. He is so amazing, and we can help this guy any way we can. But I guess before we go, we got one more ooh baby. Thank you so much, Troy.
Thanks, Troy.
And just for you, I will give you an ooh baby.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Baby.
So
I sing along every time.
Oh, me too. Everybody else in the chat, we will see you next week. We are going to be back here. I believe it is next Monday. Let me check. It is next Monday. We will be back here at 9 p.m. once again Eastern time. We will be joined by Kanan of Ghost Pirate Entertainment and Kylie from Haunted Hippie to talk about our top 10 favorite horror movie directors. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. This list was a lot harder to make than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So we went by people's whole body of work. We did not go by who we think the best is. We go by who our favorite is. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you guys next Monday. But until then, keep talking horror,
Stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh, I pushed the wrong button.
We're
No.
No,